Her mind is just sick to even say that. That's sick.
She said y'all good.
She said no because Peanut said y'all was going. And I'm just like, I'm laughing at it like, so where am I? Where am I supposed to be going?
Lie.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Peanut got 5 minutes.
We on?
Yeah.
We are here right now, man. 4 a.m. to read the book. Wait. Before we get started, man, the actual physical copy. So is this the actual copy? Is it in the building? Like,
No, that's a
edit.
edit. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, look. We're about to cancel the whole show so we can talk about that. But nah, man, listen, man. We're about to have some very serious and lively discussion based on some things that are happening right now that went viral and trendy in Dayton, Ohio, right? It's really of a serious matter. A woman was assaulted by the police. We have Chim, who stands opposed to that.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute now.
Yeah, we can't.
We're not doing that.
We can't get into.
We
that
not setting the table, okay?
Nah.
We're not talking about that situation.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
what we doing is so.
it's pending litigation.
Yeah, that's something
We don't wanna
else.
disturb
But
that.
what the point in this show is woke culture, and what is woke culture doing for, we'll say, black people in general?
okay.
Because, woke
culture, like
and
people that's woke
and
out here.
I'll go
Some
deeper
people too
in.
woke though.
Yeah, because the problem is like, man, anything that people do, bro, there's no accountability. And it's almost like black people is being babied at this point, where ignorant shit that happened, like, it's like, oh, nah, somebody just trying to, if you call out stuff that ain't right, it's almost like, oh, you're going to be demonized for being racist.
Right.
So the point is, what is acceptable to call black people out for? Like, for example, if you do, now I did see the video with the police and all that other stuff on another case, but just in general, man, like, do black people have to follow the instructions of police?
I want to. Okay, I'll leave with that first, and I'll use this story to kind of encompass that. George Floyd, right? There are videos that show the time leading up before he was arrested, right? And there were videos that I saw him inside the store where he looked to be inebriated. I don't know what he was under. I mean, like, there were toxicology reports that stated other things. But what I will say is he was inebriated in that inebriated state. A lot of times those things do affect your judgment when you are approached by law enforcement or anybody.
Was he selling anything?
I don't know that to be a fact.
Who? George Floyd?
Yeah.
Was he selling stuff like
He was basically on, using them.
So
at the store?
So
like what he's doing before?
those things can affect your judgment when it comes to things, right?
What, using drugs?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Using drugs, being intoxicated, being angry, right? Because like, you can be drunk with anger sometimes, right? We need a police force that is equipped to deal with a multiple range of people.
Yeah.
So even if you are intoxicated, even if you are under the influence of drugs, even if you are mentally incompetent, maybe we need a police force or a secondary force that steps in before they got to bring in the long hammer of the law.
You got the mediation. Remember, we made the shirts for the Dayton mediators.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Which they in our commercial.
So I'm not there to judge a person at their lowest moment. What I will say is that we need a buffer system that is in place to make sure people aren't just dying, man. People need to go to court.
People are dying. People need to die. I mean, people die.
Why do they need to die?
Everybody needs to die, because if people didn't die, we would run out of space, man. People have to die, man. So it's just in the matrix. People die. They set themselves up for death, and that's just the way they have to go sometimes. It's just that.
So like, how do you feel about when it comes to, for instance, I mean, I use George Floyd for an example.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like he needed to die in that instance?
I think it was just his time to go. If you just look, like I research his life, man, his life. So when people die, I like to do like research on their life to see what kind of, because my belief is you have a point system, and when you're in the negative, it's just time to go because there's nothing else you really are meant for society for. So me researching his life, and I think if you listen to Candace Owens, she's one of my top dog people to get information for it because she keeps it 100. If you listen to her and she did all the research and I've researched her research as far as him, I'm not saying nothing bad about him or nothing like that. Like you said, his lowest points, but he did some malicious, like robbing that pregnant lady, putting that gun to that pregnant lady's baby, and that kind of stuff like that. That stuff catches up with you, man. It just does. So just because you die in a like not so high moment, it's the universe. That's just what it does to you, man. And everybody makes mistakes, but when you live a lifestyle of a certain thing, your points just depreciate. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I watched some of this guy's pornos. He has pornos too. I don't know if nobody knew that. Yeah. So he's in a lot of a lot of stuff with debauchery, violence.
I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you been in any type of debauchery, violence, things of that nature?
I've been violent before. As a kid, I was violent. But like I said, anybody can make a mistake. It's about living a lifestyle that you can make up your points in good acts and good deeds, man, with the community and everything like that. But when you keep doing the same things over, you're just losing your points, your life force points, man.
But like,
it's just like a game. It's just like a game. Once you out of that energy, it's over for you.
But like, weren't you afforded enough time and grace in order to correct your mistakes later on to become the man you are today?
I think
that ain't guaranteed though.
It's not. No, it's. I had plenty of time. I think I made one major mistake, and I paid for it. I did time for it, and I came out a better person as far as the way I view. I was a kid though, but with that being said, I never lived a life of wanting to harm people and do that stuff. Everybody makes mistakes in their life. I'm not saying that, but it's a difference between mistake and lifestyle.
So, like, what if you were untimely? Well, we don't want to say untimely because that also was a debate that we both agree that there's two different
types of
points.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you were killed before you got a chance to reach your redemptive state, how would you think you would be viewed by the world?
Death comes in all different forms, Nut. So it's you. I'm not saying his death was caused by that 100%. I'm just giving you a vision of what may occur to some people that live a lifestyle of chaos, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you a perspective. I'm not saying that's the right thing. You can snap out of here anytime. You can choose to snap out yourself anytime. You can go out and get hit by a bus anytime. That might just be your calling that time to do something. You don't have to do nothing bad for your life to cease to exist. You might be here for a quick mission or something. Once your mission is over, that was your time. So you never know. I'm just giving you a viewpoint of why it could be.
Well, my point is this though, like, yes, you have enough time, but it's up to you. Like, it's not guaranteed that you get enough time to go and fix something. You know, you're granted that grace in order to go in there and fix something. You know what I'm saying? But if the grace don't happen, grace ain't guaranteed. And so that's why you have to be ready for the choices that you make. Yeah. Like, the worst thing for us to do is tell a kid that, oh man, you're going to have time to fix these mistakes, because no, it's not necessarily true. You could go out and do something that could cost you your life just like that. And everybody will say, well, that's messed up. Yes, it is messed up. But man, when you do certain things, there is an action or or reaction,
reaction.
for whatever might happen.
It
I
might
mean,
not
you
be
don't
the
even have
day,
to
it
be
might
doing
not be
anything
tomorrow.
bad to get killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like we see children dying all the time, just and innocent people dying. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Straight
Kim said,
bullets.
it's their time. It's already written.
It's already written.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Well, I mean,
A lot of people don't.
yeah, and that is you. We can't prove you wrong about that. But when you say that a child dies,
Man.
you know, I mean,
I never
the
understood
explanation
that.
of it is just is so baffling that you like, damn, I don't understand why this happened. I guess it was just their time to go.
But it's the way we look at that.
And it don't even have to be a violent
death.
death either, bro. Like
Right.
you got children that pass away
Cancer.
from cancer. You got
You're
children
really
that
not
pass
dead,
away
so
from just car
we
accidents.
view death like human beings. Like it's not really a real death.
So, but like back to the contrary, I do feel like there's mitigating factors on why certain people are different from others, and some people die untimely deaths quicker than others.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're all viewed equal in the eyes of the Lord, then why do some people die untimely compared to others? At a higher clip,
Like, give me an example.
like blacks to whites.
Blacks to whites.
Yes.
You saying blacks what die?
Quicker at a younger age than their counterparts.
Well, that should prove our point of the universe how it works. When you're putting in positive energy, your life force is up. Usually in the black community, they're putting in negative.
Man, black and right, like
Blacks are. I mean, like niggas and blacks are two different races. Niggas should be exterminated from the race. Period. They should
And-
kill all niggas.
and like, man, I feel like, man, we pumping so much death. Like black people are loving death. They loving jail.
Death in the air,
Like, man, we celebrating this jail culture,
Air
man.
these days.
Let me
and-
give you an example.
The shit
ahead.
is just out of control, and it's not all black people, but man, the poison that's being pumped into the black kids and
Yeah.
us being desensitized to evil, wicked, terrible things that's just acceptable, man. Like if we continue to do this stuff over and over and over, it's gonna be worse.
Man.
I got a question, Tim. Going back to like how you described about the blacks and niggas, the difference. And,
Yeah.
and you mentioned Candace Owens, and you like her. She's 100.
Mhm.
She the Kanye, the female Kanye. Like what's
Well,
so-
Kanye is-
Candace. Like why does she always gotta downgrade us? Like you say,
See, because-
I can see downgrading niggers, but
Well, she can't
People,
say
period.
she can't. She's not gonna on her platform. She's not gonna distinguish
I'm saying
niggas.
she's doing it on purpose, or you
blacks.
think that's just her? Like you
Because
said,
she-
she's 100.
she's
Is
100.
that just her, or do you think
She's-
she's doing it for clout?
No,
I've seen her get exposed before.
She no.
You
I
did.
mean, you. I think she's what she says is what she feels. I'm not saying
Well,
everything.
yeah, everybody
I'm not
got that
saying. I'm
too.
not saying what she's everything she said is right.
Okay,
Because I don't
yeah,
agree
I'm
with her
like,
with
damn,
everything.
sometimes-
Yeah, you don't agree with nobody 100%.
Everybody
Sometimes she
don't
need to
agree
shut
with
the
me.
fuck
I'm
up
just
for
talking what I feel. But
Yeah.
but she, as far as accountability to blacks,
Mm-hmm.
she can't just say fuck these niggas because she's up there. But that's what she wants to say. Blacks and niggas is different.
She's not around niggas though.
Candace is she's just educated. Don't let that education fool you. She know what goes on in
One
the
thing
hood.
that happens is they exploit the worst of black people
I
and
agree.
show those images,
Well,
and
yeah.
then make us feel like the majority of black people are having these terrible behavior patterns when it's actually not true. But then it's kind of like it's a propaganda that
Yeah.
they use in order to just make black people look terrible.
And I want to
But
second
black
your
people
notion.
do subscribe to a lot of the bullshit
No, I want to
that
second
they
your
are
notion.
showing though.
No,
Both.
I think it's not a black or white thing. I think it's a poverty thing, right? It's a poverty thing. Because even when you go, like, you'll find nobody who got more in common than a poor white and a poor black, right? If you go listen to the way they gotta live to make things happen, you will see a lot of similarities.
Well, what about Shannon Sharp?
That's my dog.
Shannon Sharp is a bro that we all aspire to achieve the level of success, man. You know, it seems as though he's living his dream. But Shannon Sharp is about to fight Ja Morant's father at a Laker game on national TV.
His father stepped up though. Like,
I
you got
know
this
that,
conversation with this
but
one
I don't
man.
see that same type of dumb shit behavior. And well, it does
never
happen.
really
I see it
seen
in
it.
politics sometimes, but like that shit is just like bro, like that don't need to be going on. Like we about to fight over some basketball shit. Take off.
I mean, that's
Take off,
Cause dude couldn't
man.
talk about
wait,
what
wait,
Shannon
wait,
told
Our
him.
rich
wait.
rappers.
We can go to multiple instances where you'll see a white guy being kicked out of a game for him being disrespectful towards a basketball player.
But they're not superstars though, bro.
Well, that is going to be magnified by that, right? Because, for instance, the white people, in no disrespect, can always say, oh, that's white trash. We can't just be like, oh, that's niggas. Because they're going to be like, all right, nigga, right?
Yeah,
We can't disregard, like, we can't discard anything. It's all attached to us. That's the biggest difference. A white person can see that happening and saying, man, he got 7 teeth and 3 of those in his pocket.
Well, that's called, well, what you're referring to is something called psychic trauma. And psychic trauma is just like attaching, like if you see a black person on the news and they're talking like they just dumb as fuck, or they might be a crackhead or something. It looks like this is the image of all black people.
Exactly.
And, but, so that's a condition. That's you having psychic trauma. And you are just like embarrassed by this person who is talking dumb, and you think that that's a reflection of you. So that's a condition.
So wait. It's not a condition when I worked in a predominantly white field as a mechanic, and literally every time some of these things will pop up in the news feed, they will come to me for an explanation. Every single time. It literally got to a point where I literally had high blood pressure just based off the stress of working with people that will literally, and listen, it wasn't just one person. Like literally, it will be every person that day. It was like, I wish I could call one meeting so I can get out the way and say, bruh, that's not us. But no, it'll be this person. While I'm working on the bus again, another person going to say that. Another person going to, like, literally to the point I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, they want to know.
That's because
they want to know. They want to know. They're not in your culture, so they want to know, like, why these niggas act like this. They want to know.
You brought that onto yourself, though, by not shutting it down. You gave them a gateway to continue to come to you and ask and answer and explain shit that you didn't have anything to do with, and they got it from you once, and you fed their cat, and the cat coming back to you. Like, you gotta shut that shit down, though.
I ask about different culture behaviors all the time. That's how I learn different cultures. I talk to the Indians, the Chinese.
but
I ask them all the time because I don't understand their culture. I see Chinese people eating cats and dogs. I say, man, why do y'all eat these cats and dogs? And they explain to me. So that's not a bad thing because they want to know about your culture.
But I don't think that they got the...
because that's different. That is not our culture.
It nigga culture.
It is not our culture,
man,
bro.
let me say something. Just like El said about Shannon Sharp. I used to think it was an economic thing. It's not, because he just gave an example of Shannon Sharp. Now, I don't think Shannon Sharp's was that. It's more testosterone than just pure, just like just being an idiot. I mean, it did go too far. And when you were at that, it went too far. And he came back and apologized about what he did. But it's a culture thing with black people to get riled up. You know what I'm saying? And flip out, lose your whole life in a split second, because it's been a culture in these small cities, man, that we just go 0 to 10.
I'll give you one
real quick, man.
I'll give you a reason why. Because our culture was taken from us. Number 2 is this: they used to have. Wait.
Let me interject. Let me interject right there, real quick. Because let me interject right there by you saying our culture was took. Culture can never be took.
Not from us.
Culture can never be taken from nobody.
So
Wait, whoa.
We sell it.
Got a point.
Culture cannot be taken, because I don't care if you're in slavery, you still gonna sing them songs. You still gonna do your worship. You're gonna do everything. Culture cannot be taken from you, bro.
You're not even speaking the language that you would have had.
How? You forget how to speak your own language?
No, you're not speaking the language that you would have been speaking if your culture was not taken from you.
And they
How?
beat them.
Learn it.
You're speaking the language.
Learn it. I'm speaking the language because I live in the United States of America.
Your culture was taken from you. I have friends from Africa right now who have their same language.
How do you know that you have? How do you know?
My name Nana Kwaku because I learned from African who they still have their culture.
I thought you
they
was
have their own flag. They have their own culture.
I thought you was the Jews.
I'll give you another one.
I thought y'all was the Jews though.
We made the whole world.
I thought you was the Jews.
We
though.
made
Which
the
one are
whole
you? Are you
world.
African or the Jews?
We
Which one?
made the whole world.
Which one are you?
We created the
Pick
whole
one.
world.
Are you African or a Jew?
The whole world started from two people. You ever heard of Lucy?
I don't know.
You ever heard of Lucy?
It's almost like saying,
Are you African or are you a Jew?
Are you?
You just said
I
you
am
was a Jew.
of the
Are
whole
you
entire
American
world.
citizen?
I am the human
So
race.
do you speak? Which one do you speak? African, Baswali, whatever it's called, or do you speak
I speak
Hebrew?
Spanish.
Which one do you speak?
I speak Spanish as well. Mi nombre es Cacahuate.
The people, the Germans that disrupted the Jews,
Cállate, pinche cabrón.
they still all know how to speak their language.
Cállate, pinche cabrón.
Man, fictate to hear that.
Pinche will work.
I think Chim mostly saying like,
But
in the
listen.
United States, that's what we was told.
Yeah, if you live in the United States, you're going to have to speak
I'm
English.
your pop-
Well, that's
so listen.
that's what we was taught. Well, that's we.
So listen.
What we
Back
taught
to the point I was
until we
making.
learned
Back to
other.
the point I was making before I was really thrown off by a man who's uncultured, speaking a language he did not have passed down from his oldest grandparents. He learned this from it being raped from his culture. Is another thing is this, right?
I have no need for it.
Look.
Economically.
Listen.
What is it going to gain?
What we saw on the grand scheme was exactly what used to happen back in slavery, where they'll pit two black men against each other and they fought, and the one who won got a beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, you the big champ, man. And look,
Negroes.
I'll give you another one. He's a prime example. He come from the South. He ain't big like that for no reason. He was bred into that. I bet you when you go to one of his eldest family members, it was they got the biggest slave and the biggest woman slave and had a baby to breed this man later on in life.
So if they're that big and strong, why didn't they break the white man's necks? He could at least took out 5 of them himself. It's only like 6 people on the plantation.
The same reason that he ain't break
Slavery was a choice, like Kanye said.
the same reason why he ain't break the same reason
Slavery was a choice.
the same reason he ain't break
You
skip
chose
the
to be a
same reason
slave.
he ain't break Skip's necks. Skip. The
No,
same reason he ain't broke his neck.
You can't compare that.
The same thing what happened back in slavery. What you know?
Not when people are killing you,
Bro, do you think
Everybody wants Shannon?
wait.
Why do everybody want Shannon to?
Do you think
this
for-
old white man
wait,
he's gonna go to jail as
That's
soon as
he's
he
the
do
one
it?
who-
y'all saying the same thing that would have happened on a slave plantation?
No.
Do y'all think he's
That's not a
scared?
comparison.
Do you think right now?
Skip
That's a
ain't
horrible
paying
Can I
Shannon.
ask what? Do you think today, if he could get away with just snapping that little white man's neck
Why
and
would
get
he do
away
that?
with it, would he do it?
No. He likes Skip. Why would he do
He
that?
could get away with it.
No, why would he do that? Just because they
Yeah, he
argue
do.
about
Yeah, he
sports?
do
They
like
don't.
it.
Like, he likes
He do
Skip.
like
And wait.
Man, he
He
likes
like
his wife. He
Yeah,
likes
he
his
like
dogs.
wife and everybody.
Look.
What are you talking
right.
about?
Look.
He's
The
a
same,
human being.
You right.
the same thing a slave would say to their
No,
master.
why would
Why?
you? Why? You're getting killed
You
and
too
you're
woke,
raped, man.
Peanut.
You can't compare them.
Bro,
I mean,
They're
I don't
raping your
know.
wife. You're not gonna rape my wife,
but
but I'm not gonna
why
kill
does
you.
Why does Shannon have to go to violence in order
I'm not
to?
saying
in
that at
order-
all.
Well, wait a minute. You're saying he was snapping like a twig.
It's not like a
So
tweet
I'm
for
asking
what?
you, why do we have to go to violence in
Violence.
order to be superior?
this is being misconstrued with what I was saying. What I was saying was,
Horrible analogy.
what I'm saying is the same reasons that we're looking at now on why things are happening. It's the same play, rinse and repeat, based off same thing that happened back in slavery. Listen,
you can't
because,
compare that.
Wait, because listen, based off your stature of where you were as a slave, you liked that, respected that, you looked up to your master.
But he's not.
My
his
master got a nice
master,
house.
though. But he's not his master.
All right.
Not his master though. Harriet Tubman,
He's
she's
not
a
his
woman.
master,
She
Pete.
didn't go for that
It's
bullshit.
only a just.
Shannon
it's
Sharp
not the
has-
same thing.
Shannon
It's not the
Sharp,
same
a
thing.
wait
woman-
minute. Shannon Sharp has the choice to quit that show.
And so was slavery a choice, right?
Slavery was a choice.
Okay, so
Well, it's a difference.
But
it's
that's
a
not a
difference. I'm saying a difference thing. P.
He's
Hold
not,
on, wait a
that ain't-
minute.
That ain't
Let me-
nothing. You can't
let me
compare
say
that
this.
with
Let-
slavery, man. He's
like,
getting
You
paid
can't compare. He
$9
get paid to
million
do that.
a year,
And that's
bro.
why he ain't choked him
Why
yet, because
would
he gonna
choke
mess
him
up his
for
money.
what?
Yeah.
Their job is to see,
Slavery is a choice. It's like slavery or die. run away, get your leg cut off or something. But Shannon
So they
Sharp
made the
has the
choice
choice
to not get
to
killed.
not go to that job
stayed
and
and dealt
still
with it.
pursue life, liberty, and pursuit of
Happiness, man.
So it's a big difference to say, okay, yeah, I choose to not do this, and my only other option is to die or be on the run or a fugitive.
Yeah, man.
Shannon Sharp can just stop working there and live
Go
off
get it
the
back
money
somewhere
he's
And why
made
do you
or
think
go and
Shannon
work
Sharp
somewhere else.
is in some kind of conflict with Skip? Like, they paid to get into it. Their ratings,
argue
their
right.
ratings are made to do that. The reason why Skip and whatchamacallit, Stephen A. broke up is because Stephen A. was always belittling Skip about everything. He had his ego was too big.
Skip deserved that shit too.
But yeah, I'm not saying, but Shannon, he put Skip in his place in a professional manner. He put Skip in his place and
Kill him softly.
he kills him softly, man. So the reason why their ratings are so high is because of Shannon Sharp, man, not Skip.
If y'all don't think that there are, for instance, they cannot sit there and castrate you anymore. They cannot just cut your nuts off no more. They can monetarily cut your nuts off now. It's different. Yes, he go get a bag on himself. Like, he go do his show that like he do, but it would not have the reach. Maybe later on it would have that reach, but he know where his bread is buttered at. He ain't stupid. Yeah, he
Like
could
any
go do his
job.
own.
That's like any job.
Any
But he
job.
can't go, but
It's
he
like
has
any
the
job.
choice to go and do
Yes,
it.
yes.
But that's what any job.
Any
is.
job is that. Exactly.
Exactly.
And
So
so
what?
was slavery.
No, man.
it wasn't,
That's not.
Peanut.
That's no, man. You can't. compare
Slavery
those
was
two.
any job.
You're
What are you
getting
talking
paid
about?
$9 million.
How did slavery end? No, wait. How did slavery end if it was never a choice?
How did it end?
Well,
Someone else.
It's still going.
It's
It
still
is
going
states.
on.
in some states.
You're
And,
still in
well,
slavery.
the
People
point
are
is-
enslaved in their mind.
The people who were enslaving the people came together and got rid of it.
After
It wasn't-
what?
It was costing
the
them too much.
The choice was the
It was
choice of
costing
the
too
slave
much. Medical
master.
care. It was costing them too much.
And the choice was the choice of the slave owner, not of the slave who was being enslaved, bro.
So I'll give you a prime example. What about our Haitian brothers? They said, we ain't gonna be slaves no more. They didn't wait on no legislation. Was slavery a choice to only American slaves? Or did some people rebel and say, nigga, slavery ain't gonna happen?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm
so
agreeing
the
with
point
you.
is this. But,
That's
but
why
you're-
it's a
but-
choice.
But
Yeah, you right.
well, no,
Slavery is a choice.
No, it's not. It's not, man. Because you're talking about dying or warring in order to come out of that. And Shannon Sharp's stake is not there.
I'm not saying
He
that at all. I'm only
But
talking
yes,
about that
you
specifically.
are. You're comparing.
You're comparing that, which is
the choice.
non-comparison.
The
I'm
choice
going to
is
choice.
it's a completely different choice, though.
I'm not look. So Shannon Sharp removed. I'm talking about slavery being a choice. That's all I'm talking about. And I
The
showed
choice
you.
is to die or not.
Or to run away.
And some people chose all three of those, and the reason why we're free today. It wasn't just off the back of them saying, "Hear ye, you slaves are all free." Nigga, they like nigga in the. Bro,
And you
certain people-
disrespecting the people who were actually slaves at that point too, because you let me see you. Okay, right. I know you put your face like that, but listen to this. When you are a slave, when you're a slave and you got a family living under this master's household, you gonna go and get killed and then leave your family to just be left without you, to no protection whatsoever. You can't monitor your kids. You can't be around your family with this evil ass master. You at least feel like, damn, if I'm here, I can at least provide some protection for my kids. I know that it might be little or nothing, but I feel like I can at least be here in spirit and physically to protect my family. So it's not just a choice.
Wait
to
a
say,
second.
I'm gonna go and I mean, I know you say that, but for right now, like,
Let me
why
just-
don't you just?
Let me just speak my part. Is you know how many people did not even see that? Like their kids was ripped away from them. You talking about you gonna beat it?
But what about the people who wasn't, though?
They
But
will
what about
take
the
your
people-
wife. They
but
will
what about
take
the
your
people-
brother. They will put together your
I know
family.
that,
You be the
but
only one
you're
there.
saying that, but what about the people who didn't though? What about the people who didn't, who that did not happen to?
I'm saying salute to the ones who said fuck that, they ain't going.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to say sympathy with these people, I understand that. But I don't.
I don't-
Salute the people who
let
didn't
me
give
tell
a
you
fuck
something.
about none of that.
I don't have no
You
sympathy.
say
I
that
say
shit
that
now.
only because
You
of
say
them.
that-
I don't have no
You say that
sympathy.
now,
Me,
but you
myself-
don't know what type of planning and plotting that somebody could do in order to get their freedom.
Thank God for every last one of them, because I would not be here for none of them. But at the end of the day, it's salute to the ones that stood up and fought, bro.
I can't-
Period.
I can't-
I'm not
Fault for what? Who
for us to be free.
Who fault? Fault how? Fault how? What are you talking about?
For us to
The
be
hate-
free.
You talking about the white people, the black people,
The black
No.
people that stood up and fought for us to be free. That's exactly what I'm
There
talking about.
wasn't
Salute
no
to them. Not the
revolutionary
ones who
war.
sat down
It wasn't-
and sat. I don't. Why would I salute the people that
Niggas
sat
kill
down?
me, bro. Niggas, man, you know what? People that don't do this shit, like they have absolutely no fucking idea what they would do if they was put in them situations. Like, bro, you let me see you leave your daughter, your wife, somebody else in order to try to start a fucking revolution when that shit ain't gonna go absolutely nowhere. Like, come on, bro.
Okay, so
I think. Wait. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. No. I'm gonna say this. It wasn't the ones who were in that predicament. It was the ones who literally said it's not gonna happen to mine. It's like the same thing right now, bro. If somebody kicks in your door right now, I do not expect you to just go lay down on the ground and let somebody take your fucking family, bro. I know that because you strong like that. You not gonna just set. You not gonna lay down like that.
It's different.
You
though.
not gonna lay
It's
down
different.
like that. You not gonna lay down like that. So I salute you because you got that passion like that. But I'm not gonna sit back and act like everybody was just on that time. It was people out there who didn't give a fuck, like it is today. People who literally don't give. It's a nigga right now who'll go Facebook.
It was.
It be a
It
nigga right now who'll go
was.
Facebook
It
Live,
was.
go
It
shoot the
was.
whole block. He don't give a fuck. We have people like that. Those were freedom fighters.
I don't have no
it
respect
was.
for the people that didn't stand up for their families. I don't have respect for those type of people, period.
Today,
I don't
but you
have no
can't-
sympathy for those type of people because,
Today.
like you said, you have those. It's that today.
no.
You have
Hell
people
no.
that are being raped, abused, and they let that go on and going on in their own families.
Yes.
You're not even oppressed.
Yes.
You let your own kids be molested by your fathers,
Yes.
and you let that shit happen.
Yes.
So
Right.
those are the type of people that we're letting be slaves. The people that don't give a fuck. They not giving no fucks about this shit.
At all.
They're not giving a fuck about sex. They're not giving a fuck about food. They're
Right,
not giving a
right.
fuck about nothing. Harriet Tubman, she was a woman. She did not give a fuck.
Man, that fucking Harriet Tubman story is a made up ass fucking story, man. A lot about a lot of accounts.
That's what they want us to see. And
A lot
that's
of
all they
fucking
want to
accounts.
tell us.
I don't know.
A lot of accounts.
I can't prove
And-
or deny. I can't
Exactly,
I can't prove
because
that.
we don't know that any of that bullshit ever fucking happened. But what I am saying is this: to say that you would have automatically said fuck that and died and got hung and left your family behind is some different shit too. That you don't fucking. It sounds good right now, just like niggas want to tell you every fucking thing that they would do if they had your fucking business. But them niggas ain't fucking even close to getting it in like that.
I just
They
can
don't
speak for
fucking know
myself.
what the fuck they would do because they ain't never got to that real thick of that
But
shit.
you got two type of people, man. Like Peanut said, and I agree with him with this. You got two type of people.
Where was the slave? Where was the slave revolutionary war though?
He's speaking on those secondary type of people. I don't respect those type of people because those are the people.
But
That's
where
how
was
Emmett Till got killed.
But
You let your family come in there. You let these white people come in there and take your own child. Come on,
that wouldn't
bro.
happen.
We all dying tonight. Every one of us is gonna die tonight. Ain't nobody coming in my house and taking none of Chase,
Just 'cause what he
Jemiah,
did.
Mama, nobody.
Right.
And I don't gotta say.
I agree with that.
I
but
don't
this
have to
wasn't
be- I
slavery
don't- I
though.
don't, man, I
That
don't-
was
and
not
it-
slavery though.
No,
that wasn't
it's an
slavery.
example of what Peanut is talking about. There's two type of people. These people that chose to be bonded, get their wives raped, get their children raped. I'm not doing that. I'd rather be dead and try than be a sucker than watch
But how do
this
you
shit.
know that the people that was there was not protecting their family from that type of shit?
There were, 'cause we wouldn't be free if it
we would
wasn't.
all die.
I said, how do you know that people were not protecting their families
See,
from
L is
being
making,
raped?
hold on. L is making the case.
I'm trying.
L is making the case that life, just because they're breathing, is protecting your family. Me and my family, we all going out. And if y'all not going out, then so be it. We got to stand up as a family
So how did y'all get here?
through our mothers and fathers.
But let's go back beyond that. So you trying to tell me your ancestors was some pussies?
Most of them was. But the ones that
slaves.
wasn't, the most of them was.
So all the slaves was
I
some
didn't say
pussy.
no.
So
No,
all
if they
slaves was
chose-
pussy ass
If they
niggas.
chose to stay around and get this badass food, raping your wives, raping your children,
But what about if they wasn't going through that though? What about if the slavery wasn't as harsh and fucked up as you're saying it was though? What about if it was?
I'm just going off of. I'm just going.
You're going
now,
off of. You're going off of. You're
history.
going off of the.
I gotta
Wait
go
a
off of
minute
history.
though. Wait a minute, because y'all don't know that this shit is true. You're talking about movies, and you're talking about his
History.
story,
Well,
and you're talking
man.
about shit that you don't even really know
Well, if
this
was
shit
like
happened.
that, I'm just going off of what because
It would have
can't
to
nobody.
be, yeah.
I have to go off of some accord on what slavery was like. So I have to go on accord of something.
But what
So
I'm saying
I don't
is,
think there
what
was,
nigga is gonna let a motherfucker come in there and just rape their wife in front of him and not do shit?
if anything, there would. If anything, from your
happened.
premise, L, you
Who's
saying
gonna
that
do
they
that?
would make slavery look like it was peaches and cream rather than brutal. Like, what incentive would they have to make it seem like slavery was peaches and cream when it was brutal?
Well,
What incentive would whoever have about it?
Because
The
if you
white
look-
person, if they have the power,
what about the slaves that stayed there and continued to work on the plantation after slavery was abolished?
because they didn't have nowhere to
That's
go.
why it's by choice.
They didn't have nowhere to go.
It was by choice,
by
but
choice.
why the
They
fuck
had
would you
certain
stay around?
levels of
Why
it.
would you stay around somebody that was raping
And
your
did all
daughters
that
and
all
raping your
these
wives
years.
and all of that other
to
shit?
eat, drink, and have sex and have kids.
there is a term. There's a term called Stockholm syndrome. This happened with
I heard
with
about-
people who are literally held
In
captive.
relationships.
Held captive right now today.
In relationships.
If you take somebody that's underage and you raise them up to a certain point, they're gonna be so scared to leave the house because that's all they know is you.
Well,
Outside is so
what-
scary.
I don't believe this
Kidnapped.
slavery. I don't believe the
Kidnapped.
story of slavery.
Stolen.
Well, I don't believe the story of slavery as told to us by our captors, because you want to believe the fucking shit that the people who slaved you told you about what they did to you when they ain't never did shit but lied to you about every fucking thing. Now you want to believe their history when we know historically they go in and change history in order to make themselves seem godlike. And they want to tell you they beat the fuck out of you. They want to tell you that they raped you. They want to tell you that you was powerless. They want to tell you was a bitch ass nigga who sat in slavery and let us fuck your sister, fuck your wife, fuck your daughter, fuck everybody, and you didn't do a goddamn thing. But what I'm trying to tell you is that shit never fucking happened.
You know where the term
And niggas-
motherfucker came
and,
from?
Well, you can believe them motherfuckers if you want to. I can't tell you.
You know where the term motherfucker came from?
Listen, bro, I'm talking about some real shit. You talking about some dumb shit. You talking about
English was
motherfucker.
made up
I'm
of.
talking about.
Look up the etymology of the word motherfucker.
I'm talking about you believing the motherfuckers who you claim fucked you over for so long as the gospel. And you trying to tell me my forefathers sat and let motherfuckers rape their daughter, rape their mother, and these niggas lived through that fucking shit instead of fucking just dying to get away from that shit. But what I'm trying to
So
tell you
agreeing
is,
with me. That's what I said from the
did-
door.
No, I'm telling you,
He said it never happened. So
I ain't saying it. I ain't saying some
said
of
it
it
didn't
never
happen.
happened, but it was not as rampant as we say. Lest there would have been a fucking revolution. And I'm telling you something else too. The fucking slave trade, all of these motherfuckers that they talk about that they brought from Africa, all of this other shit, do the numbers, bro. They would have had to bring over 190 people every fucking day for 200 and some odd years. No war, no nothing in Africa, no slave ships,
So you
no
are
fucking
agreeing
nothing.
with me so passionately because I literally said this. Slavery was a choice. Wait, let me tell you how you agree with me. Because listen, you saying that people were saying, hell no, they ain't going, right? Because that is the actual thing I'm saying. There are people right now, listen, there were always slaves free in the North. Them niggas was not going. You agreeing with me. Those niggas
No,
were
I'm
not
not.
slaves. Of
No,
course,
I'm not.
yeah, they could be Indians. But I'm saying this. Those people were not going. They refused to be slaves in the North.
No.
There was literally
Y'all
the Mason
talking
Dixon
about,
line.
this is what I'm saying.
You just want to disagree with me so much that I'm telling you, you agreeing with me with your point.
But I can't. But
No,
it has to be a common
No,
ground.
I'm not. You're making
on what
shit up to
slavery
try to
was, though.
no, because you're talking about you're saying that Skip is
I'm not talking about skipping all, bro. You keep
you
going back to
were.
skip.
No, you
keep
were.
rubbing
This is
skip
where
in.
we came from. This is
I
where
said
you said
20
slavery is
minutes
the
ago,
choice.
not
You
skip.
said that, man, this is what the masters used to do. That's the same mentality that the slaves used to have, bro. They could beat this nigga's ass, but no, he wanted to respect his master, so he wouldn't do that shit.
It's in the Bible too. It's in the Bible too.
So we
Respect
talking
means you do
about,
your- it's in
and
the
then we got to,
Bible
and then we
too.
got to slavery, where we start talking about
Why would it be
slavery
in the
was
Bible
a
if
choice.
They have to obey that law.
We start
Why
talking
would it be
about
in the Bible.
We was drawing a comparison on whether slavery was a choice or not, and the choice is a choice, but the choice is to either,
It won.
or the
If you don't
choice
think
was to
slavery was a
either
choice,
die.
you too.
I mean, bro, what is you looking? Slavery,
We saying what we
slavery
think, you know.
was a choice to either stay there and do the work, and goddamn get through it, and eventually come to where we're at right now, or just die because you didn't want to fuck with it no more.
So slavery is a choice. What you just said?
I
You
said
agreeing
that
with me
too.
so passionately.
I said that, but what I'm trying to tell you is I've been said that it was a choice. I said it's the choice to die. I said it's the choice to die.
You agree with me this whole time, bro. Which is
Man,
well.
that shit's so fucking weak.
What did I say that you disagree with? Is my point. Like
I
you
never-
can,
man, just
without
go,
talking
go,
about
bro, go, bro.
Without talking about skipping Shannon, what do you
Bro,
disagree
I
with me
just
about?
like real shit, bro. I like real shit. I like when niggas is just.
I don't know
keeping
what
this
you disagree
motherfucking
with me
shit real.
about. Like, what did I do? Like,
Next
we
topic.
saying the same exact thing.
slavery
No,
was
we're
a
not,
choice.
bro.
What
We're
am
not.
I off about then? Like, oh, I'm asking you. Like,
What
what
L
I'm-
is saying, what L is saying is when we say it's just a choice, what he's trying to articulate is that don't just say it's a choice, like you can just make a choice like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is
It's real.
it's real because you got to think about. He's saying you got to think about your family, your kids, and everything. If I listen,
your family dispersed,
No,
then
no,
now you
listen.
don't have that choice no more. So now it's that
listen,
happens all the
listen,
time.
listen, it's still a choice regardless of what you're saying. But what he's saying is, it's just not. Don't
not an
think
easy
people.
choice.
Don't people. Don't
No,
just
it's an
think
easy choice.
Don't
I
just
never said it was an easy
right.
choice.
Don't just think people could just.
Y'all
these soft-ass-
minimizing it
these
as to
soft-ass
down
niggas
it like it's an
minimizing
easy
it,
choice.
saying I'm that because but
If I talk for 2 seconds, then of course I can't
but
like
look, what
clearly
we- what-
articulate my point
what
for
we-
somebody to say, no, you're
Y'all
wrong,
know,
and then
listen,
agree with me
y'all
for
know,
20
y'all
minutes.
know
Listen,
y'all
listen,
was
listen.
trying
No,
to-
you're wrong, then agree with me for 20
listen.
minutes.
What, like I said to L,
Stupid ass.
it's two different types of people to make those choices.
Man, bro, are you serious?
One person. No, listen.
Run the tape back.
There's,
You said exactly what I said.
there's two types of people that make these choices. There's the people that have a hard time making that choice because they think that if I'm a captive, when you're a captive, you're supposed to either commit suicide or get out or plan to escape. You're not supposed to let the enemy get the information, your work, labor, and all that. You're not supposed to do that. If you choose to stay there, then that's a certain type of mentality. Maybe you are trying to keep your family together. Maybe you are trying to have kids that can grow out of slavery to freedom. There's a lot of things. There's just not a snap saying, I'm not going to be in slavery. That's all he's trying to
And
say.
I never said that.
Right, L?
In a way.
In a way. That's what he's trying to say. Don't because
wanna know?
because honestly,
No.
It's
It's-
if your friend is getting jumped, listen, if your friend is getting jumped at a high school game,
yeah.
it should be naturally you jump in.
You got
But
two choices though.
You got two choices, but like L said, most motherfuckers is gonna just leave and say, nah, I'm not getting to that shit.
Well, my bicker is just the minimizing of all the struggle that we went through.
I didn't
as to
took
just
a bite size of what I said, and I
nah.
promise
You was
Well,
dismissive about Shannon Sharp not leaving.
That was a bad analogy.
I'm not
That was
listen.
terrible.
And listen,
off of that. That was a bad
Ben
analogy.
stopped talking about Shannon Sharp. Like Ben stopped.
That was a bad
But me and you agree on slavery. Me and you agree on slavery 100%. Everything you said, I agree with you. And that's the same thing I said previously. But when it comes to Shannon Sharp, that was a bad analogy.
That's a bad
I agree
analogy.
on that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it's the same type of psyche that played into the role when it came to that. Like literally, like it could be someone who could get away. Talking about the gun line boss, right? Those are people out there that were skin folk. All your skin folk ain't kin folk. It's a
can't-
known
but you
thing.
can't-
Where like
like
people
I
would
said,
literally love their job.
I'm not minimizing.
People
it. I
will
just
love
know
their
there's different
job.
type of
Look,
people.
people will love their job over their own fellow man. There are black prison guards right now that will treat you like a piece of shit because they love their job.
Yeah.
There are people at any job right now that'll sell you out based off getting a pat on the back by a person that's not the same color as us. These things are not different concepts that I'm bringing to the table.
I've been in jail. I've been in prison where I witnessed white Aryan Nation people damn near rape a black person, and the blacks just stood around.
Both of you have been to jail.
Prison, yeah.
You better put out
Three
there.
of us.
Did you escape?
I couldn't.
What do you mean? Did you try?
I could have died.
Did you try?
Yes.
You tried
No,
to
that
escape?
don't
Yes,
say-
I did try to escape.
But that's not. You can't compare.
I walked to the gate. I walked to the gate. Look.
Thank you.
I walked to the gate.
Shit.
Hey, look. I'm telling you now, look. I walked to the gate. Look. I walked to the gate.
Am I right, Eames?
Nigga,
No,
I tried to make sure the gate open. Look. I tried at least once.
you can't compare.
I tried at least once to get.
Something you
Nah,
did
all right.
Slavery.
in
yeah,
slavery, you
yeah.
can't compare those.
I
Hey, in
can.
slavery, I didn't do
I'm
nothing.
here. I'm here
Hey, we
for
did a
that
little shit
smoke.
like this. We did a
I'm
little
here
shit
for
like
that
this.
smoke.
So look.
So
Let
let me
just
tell
say,
you,
wait.
y'all both
I
said
do one more.
that y'all would just.
I do one more.
That's not the.
So look,
you can't
so look,
compare
so look, so look.
slavery with prison, man.
Why?
We had a prison. So
we
what?
did something to get there. We broke the law.
Yeah.
I didn't break no law to put myself in slavery.
Okay, well,
You can't compare those two.
hold on, wait a
Not
minute.
comparable.
And I'll let you finish, but go
took my
ahead,
prisoner
Peanut.
handbook.
Go
So look.
ahead,
So,
real quick.
So at lockup, right? I took my prisoner handbook and I tried to slide between the gate when they had to close it. That way I could get back out to go use the. Come on, I tried.
wasn't
I
captured.
tried once.
I broke the
I
law.
didn't get out. I tried.
Just be real, bro. Just be real. You took your time. You went to court.
I tried to
you
get
went
out.
to trial.
I tried to get out.
You went to trial.
I didn't go to trial.
You didn't. I thought you took a deal. You went to court.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
I just tried to round the court. I did not try to round the
So
court.
my point,
the
and
slave catcher was on the nigga ass. It wasn't gonna happen.
so my point to you is this: slavery is definitely comparable with the prison and penal system. A lot of people say slavery is the penal system is the modern day slavery. Well, and then Chim, when you say you didn't broke the law, when you read scriptures and all of that shit as to why blacks are in slavery,
Peter found the angle.
they broke God's law, and the punishment for God's law is captivity and bondage.
We have to go by a law. We have to go by a set
Yeah.
of rules to go by. We
And
just can't be
neither
out
one of
here.
you-
We can't just
neither
be out
one
here
of you
killing
tried
and,
to
and robbing people. So you have to accept a set of rules.
That was slick. That was
You can't. You have to accept a set of rules. So I mean,
And
no matter.
slavery, except the set of rules for slavery
No.
to
If you
sit
break
your
the
ass
law-
down,
If
get
you
your
break the
ass
law,
up,
you're going to
and work.
jail.
respect your master as if he was the Lord.
Man, it ain't-
Respect
it's-
them CEOs.
Prison is not nowhere near slavery, man.
So, nah.
Prison is not nowhere near. You broke the law. You have to go do some time for breaking the law.
But all I'm saying is this law is a man-made law.
Somebody has to make the law. Who else gonna make the law?
Lord of Lord, Kings of Kings.
You
Well,
know, you
you're
can't
right,
just-
bro.
you
But,
can't just have
but I'm
no-
saying,
a
but wasn't
lawless
slavery?
and
government? You have to
Wasn't
have
slavery
laws.
a law? Slavery was the law of the land.
Yeah.
So slavery was the law of the land.
Yeah.
So don't you gotta obey that law too?
Don't you what?
Don't you have to obey that law
You
too?
can't. No, you don't. You don't obey laws that are against people, man.
What about people that's in jail for things that now have become legal? For example, you got
Weed.
prohibition, you got weed, you got all of that. Should those people who are still locked up for laws that's been changed, should they escape from prison or no? They should
No,
stay there.
they have ex post facto law before fact. So those people get out of jail. They just have to file a motion and get pardoned.
Also,
So many people I was in prison with when those laws changed, they got straight up through. All of them got up through. I'm like, damn, how did he get home? And he had a 25 because the laws changed.
Yeah.
Once the laws change, they have to let you go.
also, the bear arms law isn't only to protect yourself, it's also against the government and foreign entities. So if the government is infringing on your laws, like your personal being, you have the right to protect yourself.
What about the stand your ground law, Chim? The new law,
Oh, shit.
right? That's out right now.
What
Okay,
about
that's newer. This law is
That's-
progressing.
shit.
That law saved
Now,
me.
all right, it
But
saved
it's
you. But what
also
about
putting out
somebody?
for
What about
security.
somebody who was locked up in prison for standing their ground before this became a legal thing?
Would
Are
they
they letting
let-
those
Yeah,
people
yeah,
out
yeah.
now?
Will they let them out?
It's
Nah,
just,
hell nah. You there for that
well,
murder,
You have
shit.
to. You have to. They're not gonna just look up. You have to get your
Law
No,
lawyer.
should they?
You
Are
gotta
they?
get your lawyer. You have to get your lawyer involved, or you can do it yourself. And you put the petitions in. You put the law work in to get out of that, out of jail. And then you have to
But
cite.
should
the
that person just escape and say, "Fuck that"?
No, because it's a way to get out legally. You have to get out. You still have to go through the system to get out, but you have to get out, and you can do it
Thank you,
yourself.
Peanut.
They got a law library right there. I know inmates
Say little fuck ass funny.
that got
man.
that got
Jordan,
Peanut. I know.
let me leave that shit. Let me used to tell the kids.
I
in
know
basketball,
inmates that
leave
got
that
plenty
shit
of
up.
people out. Just what he's talking about, and the inmates did it themselves. They got these people out because the laws changed. It's just a couple.
So being locked up
emotions.
was a choice until they, because literally, like once they found their way out, then they got out. Like, so it was a choice because like they could have chose not to.
You can choose anything. You can try to escape if you
No,
want
no, no. They could have chose not to look into those statutes that ultimately freed them.
to. They could have did anything they wanted.
They
to.
could have chose to
Why
sit
are
there.
we talking about jail? All right, why are we talking about jail? Chimo, I want you to answer me this, bro.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The loving of criminal culture among black people. Where is this coming from, bro?
What
It
you
come-
mean?
it
Like we
comes-
love to be criminals, or
Yeah.
where you
We
coming?
brag about getting shot.
It comes.
we brag
it comes,
about
It comes.
Going to
It
jail,
comes from
brag
our-
about
it comes
being
from
the
our-
more
mad.
it
the
comes
more
from
jail
more
time you
stores.
do,
It
Facts.
comes.
the more cool you are.
It comes from our entertainment. That's where it comes from. It comes from our music. It comes
Our
from our
culture.
television shows. But see, my dad always told me, and this when Kumo D and Heavy D, how we grew up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He told me a long time ago. He said this music. He didn't even want us to listen to Heavy D and Kumo D in there, and they wasn't talking about
They
nothing.
weren't cussing or nothing.
But
like
my
that.
father, he was so smart that he knew as
Where was
time
it headed?
progressed
Where was it
coming down the-
that it was building
because
to.
my dad grew up in the 60s, so he knew what the music was back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's seen the music now in the 90s, even though he's like, man,
So he
where's
knew
it?
where it was headed.
He knew it was heading there because he's like, man. So he didn't say we couldn't listen to that, but he warned us about listening to his music because he said, man, listen, when you listen to music, how do you think you remember this music more than you remember your math at school? So this is embedded in your fucking brain now. So when you listen to "fuck this bitch,"
That's what
we
we-
gonna get rich. We kill a snitch, put his ass in the ditch. That's
Oh,
that's a
That's
bar.
That's a bar.
So
That's what
hey,
our
yo,
grandkids-
hey, look,
listen,
hey,
so
funny
listen.
shit. That nigga was getting off, bro. Hey, I'll buy that right there. That shit nigga
so
was getting
listen,
off.
man. When
We
you
look
hear
at our look how we just all kind of
Yeah, that shit was like, oh,
When you
when you hear this shit, and it's in your head, man, it's subliminally telling you this is what you need to be doing.
Watch this. I'm gonna tell you why.
That's what our grandkids
Look,
listen
no,
to
no,
now.
no, no, no. Our grandfathers, our great grandmothers. Listen, we are wound to the tomb, in tune. That's a bar. To tunes, right? These same things that we used to listen to on the plantation.
Yeah.
Wade in the water. Look. They ain't nothing negative, but it's in there. Music is something that is encoded in our DNA.
Encoded.
Encoded. We just using the wrong message in the music.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, there's some positive music out there.
It don't make no money though. That's why you don't.
I'm
that's
tell you
why it
why.
don't make it
I'm
to
tell
the
you why. Because I
mainstream.
remember one time me and I was on the podcast and we was in pre-production and I was like, bruh, hey, this one Chris rapper, he hard as hell. He said, bruh, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like
I don't like.
it's
I
a
don't
fact.
like,
Yeah, but it's like, but also, man, listen, we're not the only people like that, right? Look, because we talked earlier today about how black people are all drawn towards murder, kill. That is across the board. Because listen, right now, the hottest thing right now is Jeffrey Dahmer. You had little white kids dressed up for Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween. Every time, Marilyn Manson, Jason, Freddie, Chucky, all these things are pop culture icons. People are attracted to just killer stuff, period, across the board. The only difference is our music.
Our music.
is a mirror to the streets.
To our reality.
Yes.
And if you're not conscious enough or mature enough when you young,
It can consume you.
it will. It ain't about. It will consume you. If your parents are not there to tell you or regulate your music, then this is what you're gonna be. You're gonna become this.
To top it off, I'm a pretty gangster, fly thug. All of my dumb conceited. Ain't a chick more down than me. I tell a chick, hold quickly, sit, bitch. I'm gonna show you on how to pimp be.
Oh shit.
That's the first song I ever heard that I like that. And that Project Mob Deep. He was on some fly pimp shit. That's kind of the vibe, mood I've been the rest of my life. And I got friends who grew up on Hot Boys. They still Hot Boys today.
Hot boys today. They just want to be
Because
flashy.
it's embedded. Like,
Yeah.
like Chim
Just
said,
want to
it's
be flashy.
embedded in there.
It's embedded, man.
Yeah.
So whatever music, like I was a hot boy, so I like to have fun.
Why?
They
Why?
wasn't talking about
Why?
killing nobody. I like to have fun.
Yeah,
I
shine.
like nice shit and shine. I like that's the type of shit I like to laugh about.
Programming.
Yeah. So, but I never was into that killing.
I'll give you another
music.
example, right? So our other counterparts, right? And I don't want to call them counterparts as if we're not one end of the two. But for instance, I'm saying you will see a white guy who grew up in the hood and he'll be on that. It's environment, bro. We're mirrored to our environments. Because for instance, it'll be a black dude who grew up around cows. Right? It'll be a Lil Nas X somewhere.
Yeah.
I'ma take my horse to the old town road. I wanna ride till it ain't no. We are mirrored to our environment.
Yeah. And when your environment lacks education, that's when you fucked
So
up.
listen, if we are not the people who create the environment, then we can be mirrors to whoever presents the environment. When you live in a project that is not owned by nobody over there, I promise you right now, I went to McNary School and I tried to Google to find out who the school was named after.
And who was the name of?
I don't know till today, and y'all know how good I'm at research. I don't know who McNary
I
was.
went there in 2nd grade.
So when you grow up in these different institutions, these different projects that are named after people, that are owned by other people, they have enough money and resources to say we'll put moonlight security and cops patrol this area to make sure these neighborhoods aren't bad. But they don't care because they know what's gonna come out of that. Or the first thing I said, they don't care at all. It's profit. It's only profit margin.
I don't think this. They running businesses, man. So it ain't about them caring. It's not turning their profit margin.
But Ahava had said before, when I asked him before, was if there was a big old brawl outside, would he stop it, call the police or whatever? He said,
Call the police.
call the police because he cares.
Yeah, of course.
He cares.
Yeah.
They don't care. They should not be putting money or having control over things that they don't care about when it's this much lives in the balance. The same way, like right now, if we turn it into a club and we got over 3 fights, a shooting, a killing happen here, he'd be closed out of business. He can't. How come they're not conducive to that? How come they can still be owners of that?
Owners of what? The schools?
Any place where people are being killed, murdered, robbed, all this type of crime being prevalent over there, how come they're allowed to still be
Like, give me an
ownership of it?
example. Oh,
The soda baths.
the soda bands. People, you can't.
Give me an
What, you
example.
gonna just close it down?
I mean, they been
What
doing
about-
it, though.
You
They
can't-
damn near did. They closed
Yeah,
down
but-
parts
yeah,
of
but
it.
you-
And-
What about the K9? So many bodies
He
there.
cooperates.
And they
He-
still open to
But
this
see,
day.
here's the thing with
To this
business.
day.
Okay, here's the
It's
thing. With
uncountable how many bodies have been.
here's the
in
thing with
K9.
Shout out
business.
to the
Man.
K9.
Here's the thing with business.
Shout out K9.
Here's the
Shout
thing.
out Stamp. We
Hey.
love y'all Stamp.
Hey, here's the thing with business. You're gonna stay open if you cooperate with the law enforcement. That's how you got to do. The business that gets shut down for nuisances, they don't cooperate. They don't give them, when something does happen, they don't give them the videotapes. They trying to hide and shit. They don't do none of that. That man that runs that business, he runs his business the right fucking way down there. That's why,
And that's why they
he's
let-
allowed to stay open, because you're not fucking up my livelihood. I don't care if y'all kill each other every day. Here, Mr. Sheriff, here's the video. This is what happened there. Here what it is. That's how you're supposed to run business. You run it like a businessman and not a nigga.
So wait.
Facts.
Inside this book, we talk about a public nuisance, right? I don't know the exact count of how many murders happened there,
Where?
but
At my house.
Oh,
on Philadelphia Drive,
Yep.
they deemed that a public nuisance and tore the house down after a certain amount of number of untimely
They
deaths
caught on
there.
fire.
No, I don't think they closed it. These untimely things in, and he can tell you better than that.
Spirit
But
for
that's
ghosts?
not the. If I own a house and 50 million people die in that house, you can't just tear my house down.
Absolutely,
No,
you can.
cannot. No,
Yes,
you
you can. I watched this
As long
documentary.
as my house
No.
isn't, no, you can't, man. You cannot take my property unless it's condemned or falling apart.
The
or a
reason
nuisance.
why it was the reason
fire?
why
Was it because of the
It's
fire?
a nuisance.
It was
Not
'cause of the
because
fire.
people was killed.
it was because of the fire,
Somebody
but
Google
but
that.
Fire,
but the
man.
house
Somebody Google
the
that.
house caught on fire because of all of the
chaos.
evil shit that was
Exactly.
happening,
Yeah.
and it was
But-
time for it to burn down.
it was
But
time
once
for
it
it to
burned
burn
down, it got deemed a public nuisance.
Nuisance, man.
I believe
Not
that.
because of
Not
just
because
all
of
of the
this,
murders and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, the murders is the foundation of it all happening
Yeah.
on a spiritual
On
level.
a spiritual level.
But yeah,
So the actual term is called stigmatized property. That's where multiple people have died. It does not have to have any. So in real estate, stigmatized property is a property that buyers or tenants may shun for reasons that are unrelated to its physical conditions or features.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't want to buy it because it's hunted just like that.
So then it be
No,
it's a
if
public
as
nuisance.
long as the roof is not condemned, all of that shit is
So
done,
maybe
it's not a nuisance.
so I think you answered the question because, for instance, these places I'm not gonna put it all on the sort of bass is because the key thing is the tenants are refusing to move into these places that are making it become condemned.
And they just gave,
but they
hold on.
keep
Do you
moving
know
back
what they
in.
just did with the DeSoto Bass a year and a half ago? My girl is the project manager on this. They gave them $4.8 million to revamp all those apartments down there. So that ain't going nowhere. They already done did a few of them, renovations. They gave them $4.8 million. The thing about the DeSoto Bass, you got people in there that are 70, 80 years old still living there, man. So even though it's a bad area because these kids done moved in there, you just can't, like, the reason why they condemned on James H. McGee is because when they go and do the inspections, you have a horde of rats problem. You have a horde of bug problem. You have all these problems, man. Kids are getting sick because they're getting chewed on at night by rats, man. Like the final straw was the girl who left her dead baby in there. She killed her baby. She let the baby die.
Went to the club.
And went to the K9. Shout out
No,
to the K9. She
that
went
was actually no.
went to the K9.
No,
She went-
that was the coast.
She went. Well,
yeah.
no,
he
no,
said
no.
James H. McGee.
No, James.
That's
H.
the
Okay,
coast.
yeah, that was the coast.
I don't know the nicknames. I mean, you stayed there before, but anyway, the coast. So the last straw was when they went in there, 25, 50 rats eating this baby's body, man.
Agreed.
So they just said, man, no more. We can't. Y'all don't even have proper maintenance that can smell this dead body in there that's going to go in there and see what's going on. Y'all just got dead children in there dying.
I pose a question. How long should someone be afforded to be on public assistance? How long? Age range?
Age range? I wouldn't say an age range, but I would give
Because
them
you had somebody 70 years
give
old
them
still
I would
living.
give them a limit on time.
Yeah.
I would give them a
Damn,
limit on
that's a
time.
good question.
I would give them a good 5-year run.
Commenting here, Jessica Roberts, back to the music. You was talking about this corrupting us. She said country music and rock talks about death all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Country?
Let me answer. Let me answer that. Let me, But they go.
I have to
Murdering
hear.
people.
They don't.
Not murdering
She said
people.
it ain't even-
They talk
it ain't
about
even
death.
close.
They talk about death all the time,
Yeah.
but it's not sadistic murders where we going out and killing
Yeah.
people for
Got
fun.
100 runs with
It's
100
a different.
drums, hit
yeah,
100
it's-
runs.
It's more
Real
of a
music
spiritual
and all
death.
that.
It's more spiritual death they talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, the question that P just asked is a great question, and the question is
I get a half a point. So, bro.
half a point to you, bro. I give you a whole point.
Oh,
I give you a
damn, shit.
3-pointer.
Damn.
But
That's this motherfucker out.
how long should somebody be on public assistance? I say maybe 6 months.
Damn.
I was gonna
six
say a
months?
year. or
6
two.
months, man. You
I was
cannot
gonna say a year or
public
two.
assistance, free housing, and all of that other stuff is killing us. You should only be able to get a free house if you work.
If you were.
That's
You
what I
have to
think.
go and find a job. You got 6
That's what I
months to
think,
go and
too.
find a job. Depending on the economy, like, you know, they got when people ain't really hiring and things are down, like maybe you should have that type of stuff factor in. But if you are an able-bodied person, you should 6 months, and you can still have assistance, but you have to work.
Or you
in
should,
order
like
to
you
get
said,
the
you
assistance.
should have to work to keep that
Now,
house. You have to
what
work
they
to keep
shouldn't
this
do
house.
is penalize you for working and then not give you anything.
Right.
That's a backwards way to look at it. But it's more like people figure like, why would I go to work when I can make just as much money on assistance when it comes to healthcare, food stamps, and the actual money that they give you? They're almost incentivizing you to just
Not to
get
work.
just enough in order to not go crazy, but you're still deemed to poverty. So you should have to work. You should have to learn a skill that's going to be something that's contributing to society, and you should not be able to be on public assistance for no more than 6 months without finding a job.
You have to have a job.
All right,
You
A's,
gotta
what you
have
think
a
about
job.
that?
I was looking at comments. But listen,
No, how long? How long?
I said I think a year or two.
A year.
Give them time to get themselves together.
But how
Let's say
would
between
get
a
yourself
year or
together
two.
like what though?
Like give them a year at least. You know what I mean? They could probably shoot.
Because the year goes fast.
Yeah, that dude.
But
That's a long
a
time,
prerequisite shit. You have to have a job, a real job, motherfucker, to have this house. And don't take away from them because they work it. Don't take away because they work, because that's a good thing. Let them keep this house, but have them work it, because they get dumber and dumber. They don't even. Man, most of these motherfuckers
They
don't
know
even
they
know how to
take
do
no
it.
year,
To
bro.
keep it.
They
It
don't
don't
even
take
know.
a year to find no job.
No, not to find a job, but to be able to, like, if you say you got 3 kids, most of these women out here got 3 kids. If they get a job, man, and are just working to pay rent, food, and don't get nothing, they're not going to be able to survive, because their education level does not dictate a higher salary for them to take care of themselves. So you can work all you want to, and that's why Ed was saying it seems like they're being incentivized not to work. Hell yeah, they are, because if I really work and pay all my bills, and you're not even talking about AES, electric, gas,
Right.
water. You cannot. You have to be making some money to pay all that
Yeah,
shit.
you do.
Eggs. You see how much eggs are, my nigga?
Exactly.
Man, the eggs are going crazy. So how much are eggs right now,
Like
for real?
$6 for a
And bro,
Oreo.
I get the
What?
brown joints too. I get the brown joints.
Seven.
I get the brown ones. Look, I get the brown ones, and them bitches like
I
damn near
gotta go to the store
$12.
and see this, because everybody's been talking about eggs lately.
No more in my house, man.
Also,
Listen, bro. Hey, wait. If you go there, nigga, you gonna be cracking up.
Yeah.
Also in the comments, y'all.
Let's all scramble to go there.
Same lady, Miss Jessica said minimum wage. Jessica said minimum wage hasn't served its purpose in 60 years.
No.
She said that needs to be fixed before we can limit times on welfare.
Yep.
Well, no,
What do
you
think
need
about
to.
that?
You,
That's what Jessica
welfare
Miss
welfare
Jessica, you're
should work
absolutely
in
right.
tandem with public assistance. I mean,
said. She said they don't
No,
wanna
a
work
job
because the
should work
wages
in
they
tandem.
giving ain't fair.
You at Miss
man,
Jessica,
people
you are
gotta
absolutely
people
right.
have to stop depending on the government. Like to me,
Exactly.
something else too. Like if you're a man,
Good job.
if you're a man, if you can help it, because sometimes a woman
Women
gonna
gotta
do
work
whatever she
too.
want to do. But if you're a man, your child should not be living in no public assistance, bro.
You said
like-
you a man.
If you're a man,
They don't even let the men
your
stay
child,
there.
your child should not be living in public assistance, and you feel like, okay, bet the government got me. Like hell no. Just on the man side, you should be taking care of your family. Like you cannot, and even if you break up with the woman, either that child should be living with you, or you should be paying for the place for that child to stay, or at least your portion for that child.
How do you
to
feel
be
about
there.
this rule, right? So I had a friend who he was doing well in life because I'm saying he had a side hustle and he was living in public assistance.
That's why he was doing good.
But he was living with his mom, and the moment he turned 18, he automatically grandfathered to having his own public assistance apartment. How do y'all feel about that rule?
He did what now?
He was
If you live in public assistance and you turn 18, they automatically grandfather you into getting your own apartment in public assistance. How do you feel about
That's
that rule?
ridiculous, man. You should be trying to. make your own way and get a job to pay for your first apartment, man. That's just keeping people down in a slave mentality by keep giving them
You
stuff.
can't keep getting
Yeah.
given
You can't
things,
keep
bro.
giving
Like
people
you're not
stuff,
no,
man.
you're not
helping
a
nobody,
fully
man.
Yeah, you're
What
not
they
helping.
do is
able
they
human
control.
being,
You're
bro.
controlling a set of people by giving them shit.
Yeah,
man.
you're setting us up for failure.
Yeah, you said.
But he kind of ran it up and got his own house. And
Well, he
he's-
was smart. He was smart about doing
Well,
that.
if he
took
if he
advantage.
used it as
did
a stepping stone, I
Everybody
mean,
don't
I
have
can't
that
fault him
mindset.
for doing that. That's
okay.
okay.
Do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But he wasn't
just like,
fixed
oh,
on
I
gotta
just
pay
staying
$6
there and just
million.
They
using
gonna
it.
live like
I'm gonna
this.
do this until I roll the wheels off of it. But Miss, what's her name? Sarah.
Jessica Roberts.
Miss Jessica, she's right about the wages, man. They are underpaying people, so they can't.
They don't want to work
They don't-
because they feel
They don't
underpaid.
even. Minimum wage was $8. Who the fuck works for $8.55?
I want to caution them also, man, because I seen someone who was elderly, who literally that was their base for their whole family. Literally, like they went and got a DMHA house, and that was the base. Like for all the Thanksgiving they went there, everything like that happened.
Oh, right.
The moment that person died, they kicked everything out that house and let you have nothing left for your family. Nothing left.
You know what else though, bro? Like,
Which is
I ain't
sad,
gonna even lie,
bro.
bro. I
It's
just think
sad.
something else too. Like, man, I've been hearing a lot of talk about minimum wage and all that other shit. Man, bro, some of the people got business owners fucked up. Like, bro, we can't afford all that. Keep on raising the rate of how much people gonna get paid for working. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the economy might be in a bad place, but man, like, I hearing people talking about, oh, you only making 13 an hour and you only making this and that. Man, bruh, for a business,
That's what I
right,
said.
right, like,
You want
man,
minimum wage?
what are you talking about?
My
Like,
offense.
man,
my
that-
offense.
I gotta
Listen.
pay like 5-6 people. Shit, that's as much as we can afford. It's almost damn near like, okay, you don't want to take it, go ahead. I'm gonna hire somebody else that'll
Yeah.
take 10 an hour, 11 an hour.
My assistants get paid off commission. I'm
Man,
not paying no
shit.
hourly wage.
Hell nah, man. Y'all
Shit.
think that
Bro.
You
y'all
go out there and get
Minimum wage
some.
is going up to
companies don't just got
10.55.
no damn whole fund set
thought they
aside
did
to
it
just
already.
pay
They did, I
people.
think,
That
yeah.
business
But
has to
they
make
got an
enough money in
effect.
order
Yeah,
for you to
they
pay a
affect it.
wage. So I just want everybody to know, like, man, don't turn your nose up at no $13 an hour or $12 an hour or something like that, because you don't know how much money that company is bringing in order to pay you. Okay, and you gonna let shit keep fucking up. You'll be working for $7 an hour again. Like, minimum wage can go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, keep
And
walking
that's what
away
you
from
do
them
with your money
jobs.
too, man. It's just what you do with your money.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
like I know people, man, that make $13-14 an hour, but they choose to smoke weed every day, man. That
Right.
shit, that's money. That go your rent money right there.
You can't afford
You
those.
can't afford them. these
$20 a
vices.
day.
$20
How much
a
is
day
that?
on
P?
weed, man.
$20 a day.
They spend
That-
5 days is
$600.
$600 a month.
$600 a month,
They
man.
spend more than that though.
No, I'm just saying,
600
that's
a
the
month,
minimum
and then
rate. Yeah.
and then after 10
12.
months, how much is that?
12.
$6,000.
100. Wait.
That's $7,200 a year.
Yeah.
Right. To smoke weed.
You smoked up $7,200 a year.
A house.
That's a down payment on a house,
Down
or
payment.
it is a little
starter.
bando, a starter.
Yeah.
Certainly after 3 years, you're at, because people smoke weed every day for 3 years.
You go get you
spending
one of the little
$20 a
bandos
day.
right there in Westwood real quick for that.
Now we at
$7,000.
how much we at now? We at 72 times 3, so that's
2,300.
That's
23,000.
23,000, or it's 21,000 something.
Right.
Come on, man, 21,600.
That's enough to start a profitable business yourself, and then you'll be up and running.
And just a 3-year period, man.
3 years, you can be 18
See, a lot
by the
of
time you're
blacks don't
21.
plan. They don't plan shit. They just
You got
live day to day.
you got 21,000 of
They
your
live day
own
to
money
day.
free and
They live day
clear.
to day, man.
So
And that's another thing about our culture. We live day to, we try to live day to day, and a lot of other cultures, they live for the future, man. They
Man.
live for the future.
But
I agree.
that's psychic trauma, and it's post-traumatic slave disorder as well. Post-traumatic slave disorder is fear of sudden death. And
Agreed.
so we all got this fear of sudden death
That's the
where
part
we
that
feel
killed me
like, bro,
about
we're
it.
not going to live long enough to see a goal actually manifest.
That's the part
So-
that killed me, bro. Because how come we're not at, like, bro,
Man,
I have a policy right now. I'm paying $89 a month right now. I got over $250,000 right now. My kids is straight if something happened to me. I don't have to fear sudden death. I'm damn near like, yo, do not resuscitate.
right.
Well, hold on though, bro. Wait a minute. Now, you don't have fear of sudden death because you feel like your kids will
They
be
gonna be
straight. But what I'm
comfortable,
saying is this post-traumatic slave disorder is like post-traumatic stress disorder. But one thing that we went through in this conditioning as we was coming out of slavery was always fearing that we could die suddenly.
I agree.
And so we never made long-term plans because we just felt like, man, we need to get everything we can right now, today, in order to make sure that we've seen the best of life. That's why we don't put up $20 every day.
It's to be responsible.
Because you don't think that you're going to make it 10 years from now in order to see that how much was it again? It's 7,200. After 10 years, that's 72,000.
21.6.
So
That's 72,000 after 10 years for putting up $20 per day. But we don't think that we're going to live that long in order to do it. So we just
this
say,
why
forget it.
This is why I want to be responsible with our platform, man. Because for instance, if you have that fear out there, right, you can get a living will right now. You can literally get life insurance for $59 a month.
Yeah.
$59 a month to where now you ain't got to worry about ever getting that $1 million. You can literally have a plan that if something happens to you, your mom ain't got to do no GoFundMe, bro. Like, quit. I'm so tired of people, moms' tears seasoning
But
the
Pete,
motherfucking taco salad for your death.
But Pete,
when you literally can put money to
people-
the side for that.
people are not living for their kids though. They want the money themselves. They ain't fear of sudden death because
That's what I'm
their
thinking.
kids
They're
ain't
not
gonna be
fearing
taken
death.
care of.
Man,
They're not fear of sudden death
not
because they
thinking
feel
they
like
gonna
somebody
die
gonna have
early.
to pay for their funeral. They got fear of sudden death because they think that they're gonna live in poverty until the day that they die. That's why they in a rush to just go and sell a whole lot of dope to make as much money as they can quick as possible because they don't feel like they're going to live long enough to see their goals manifest. That's why they're not going to college. That's why they're not going to study a career field and working up to a point where they can actually see something good happen for them that's legal and legit because they don't think they'll live long enough to see these things happen. Post-traumatic slave disorder.
And I'm here to inform you that I believe in reincarnation. And there are two things that correlate with that, right? Yes, I could believe in that. I could be completely wrong. I could be wrong. I could go there and I sit in the ground until the world ends. But there's another side of it that's the reason why the royal family protect and love their bloodline because they know they come back through it. They come back through that same bloodline. That's why they say quit mixing and matching. Make it happen. Because they know they come back through it.
Possibly.
Possibly. This is Peanut's theory.
You
This
could.
is Peanut's theory. So listen, get life insurance. So if you come back, you got the bag when you come back, baby.
That's a great way to look at it. But then there is another school of thought about reincarnation that
You will come back as a fly.
Something you gonna come back where you ain't gonna.
Nah, I'm
get
coming back as a fly nigga. What you mean? Got my shit off.
That's why I was so passionate about that slavery shit because I was
Yeah,
a
you
slave
got in
at
your
one
bag.
time, and I knew for a fact, man, I wasn't taking that shit. But I knew that the shit was.
You done stood up
I
in
knew-
real
I knew-
life.
I knew that we could come back and have this one day.
Yeah.
And then, like, man, that shit'll grow.
Like,
Look at Big Bro. Like, but you know what though? On the reincarnation tip, Chim, didn't we all plan to be brothers in this lifetime?
I agree.
Yeah,
Bruh,
Is that right?
your spiritual
Yeah, go
guides are already
Yeah.
they already we from way back 700 maybe 1,000 years ago.
Bruh,
Damn.
like,
So and then you always find them, no matter what. You
it be
always
breadcrumbs that
find-
lead you there, bro.
It
I
might not
swear.
be this
It be
lifetime,
breadcrumbs that
it could
lead
be
you to
next
this, bro.
lifetime. You still find your spiritual brothers
So listen,
and sisters.
I've told you this multiple times, right? Like I remember you saying that, like, you and Markel look like identical brothers, right? You got another doppelganger, which is like my cousin Doja, bro. Like literally, he's tatted on me, bro. Like he was my best friend growing up. So it'd be like seeing you in person always was like it's some type of rememberization, like that person gonna be kind to you, that person your friend, that person is like, and you just like, man, why do niggas just love me to death? Like, cause I already love another version of you already.
Yeah. And then I was listening to L's one of his things, and he was like, I think it was an interview with you, him. No, it was somebody, and I think it was Beanut. He said, "Who is your best friends?" or something. He's like, man, I
You
really,
got like 10.
he's like, I really can't say
10 or
because
15,
he said
yeah.
because
You got a lot of good
he
friends.
said I got a lot of best friends, and the thing about
Yeah,
his
that's hard.
friends is his friends like I'm probably one of his oldest friends, but everybody that comes to him, I'm their friend too. It's just like
Yeah.
that. So there's no competition of trying to be somebody's best friend
Right.
because
Everybody-
we
All
all
friends.
I
Like,
just posted
we
that
all-
last
we
night.
all-
That was cool.
we all pulling
Yeah.
for all his.
Yeah.
If you
what do you
cool with
post?
him, I'm cool. I want you to do the best you can too.
Yeah.
And you have his resources and my resources.
that's
Yeah.
hard.
And
Yeah.
that's where it's supposed to be.
Well, it was so cool when I seen y'all make
watched
that
that
birthday
too.
video for me because I'm like, damn, my bros fucking linked up. I wasn't even nowhere around.
Yeah,
Right,
but
right.
y'all like brothers, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
man?
like you-
And like today, for example, I'm like,
That's
well,
what
come
Chin
on, bro.
was
I'm like,
just
man,
saying.
Peanut got something to do. Chin was like, nah, bro, we gotta have Peanut there too. So
I'm just
that
gonna talk about I was there with you at Bristol.
right.
Shout out to where was you at?
Cold.
Coco's Bistro.
I was not there at Coco's
He
Bistro.
was not there. He's
I-
exonerated. He's innocent.
And he did not say we was going nowhere.
I did not.
What did you say?
I did not say nothing to nobody about
He
nothing.
just
All I did was
posted
pause.
How
that.
does he
Yeah.
know where you was? Somebody knew where you was going.
Yeah, he
Oh, he
posted that.
posted
gonna
it.
be there.
Oh,
I
you posted
seen
it.
it.
Right.
I gotta be
He's gonna
cautious
at
now.
Coco's.
Man. I gotta be cautious, man.
Get that where I'm going.
I gotta be cautious, man. I know they watching like that. You know what I mean?
Going back to the courts and prison systems, like when you
Yeah.
took your deal to go
Yeah.
to prison, right?
Nah, I didn't go to prison. I took my deal and went home.
Oh, you were no, you did.
I took my deal
No,
to the
you
crib.
did time.
Gunner.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You
Gunner.
did time.
I did 6 months. I
That's
did
what
6
I'm
months
about
fight
to
my
say.
case.
I'm about to say, okay.
I did 6 months fight my case.
So would you would have been like Thug and took the perk 30 from the dude if he came and handed it to you in court when you was
Man.
going to court?
Man, I would have
What
roofed
you-
that
what
shit.
you
Man,
would've
look,
did?
You would
I'm
have.
just wondering
Look,
what
look.
you would have did in that
You
situation.
got a camera on me?
Yeah.
Look. I give it to me while I'm sitting there.
Man,
Look.
we was in
do
the
it,
county
do it,
doing-
do it.
Hey, we was in the county.
They was, officer!
They was giving us.
Get away from me!
The officer was already on
I
his
need
way
you to
over
go
there.
home.
Giving us cocaine.
The officer was already on his way over there.
I remember. I swear,
He said what?
They was giving us in 92 when I was in that county. They was bringing us cocaine.
What?
Man, my dude. I don't know if Little Nine is still alive or not. That was my dude.
Shout out to him for sure.
Shot, man. I don't know if he's alive or not, but I hope he is, man. He was a funny cat, man. he was getting cocaine. I'm like, man, why is everybody just up, man? Man, it
Up
was,
all night.
Man, they was
On the
doing-
windowsill. Ain't no window in that motherfucker. They ain't no
was
window
doing
sill.
lines of cocaine all fucking night, man.
Man, so bro was locked up, bro, and he
Suboxones.
told me that shit. I was so worried about
Oh,
it.
I know you
I
was.
said, I tried some of that.
Yeah.
I said, man,
And
they was
the
doing coke.
Suboxones,
Okay.
Oh,
the
right.
Suboxone strips,
Man,
that's
that
the
shit-
newest stuff.
That shit was in 92. That shit was funny as fuck, man.
Hey, that's the
What's up with it, bro?
that's the newest stuff.
What's up with you? Doing all right? Good, bro.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
We live.
We live. So Brody God is super black, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying he black power, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff, man. Like, so I mean, like you walked in, so you guys sit on the hot seat, man. Like, so like, how do you feel about like cops to black issues? Like, do you think we play a hand in how we're treated when it comes to police dealing with us?
Do we play a hand?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes because we won't shut up.
yeah. I mean,
We looked earlier.
motherfuckers know they gonna get out that motherfucker, man. Just take your
Take it and go
See what
in
he
there,
said?
man.
Yeah.
They try to hold court right there in the streets, man. You can't hold court right there.
With
Now
cops.
they trying to play God, man. You
Mm.
know they gonna try to play
'Cause
God
they get-
every moment they get, cause they gonna get the fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Except for them couple black people that just did what the fuck they just.
We was just talking about that. The 5 people, you see that? The
What
5
happened?
cops that beat the black dude in Memphis to death.
Kicked him in the head.
They beat his ass
Oh.
like Rodney King.
Who shot
They beat
him?
him like Rodney King.
Who
bruh.
shot him?
Nah, they
The
beat him
5
to death.
cops, they beat him.
What about the one guy who is
Memphis.
kin to the Black Lives Matter leader who was shocked to death?
I ain't hear about that.
What?
I ain't hear that one. What happened?
What? Did you hear about it?
No.
I ain't hear about that.
All right. Keep
But,
talking
but
about-
y'all see, they fired them cops already.
Already.
They 5 black cops. Immediately they got fired for beating up, for killing the
They
black
got,
dude last
but
week.
they done looked at that
They
video.
fired that quick.
Listen, they got that video. They got that video.
You might can come
What about all
back.
the other videos we see? They be paid and paid leave and all that type stuff.
Give me an example.
All of them.
Give me one
Most
example.
of them,
Without saying George Floyd, give me an example.
like here
Rodney
in Dayton,
King.
Ohio, over by Middle Lane.
Right.
We got to go back to the McDonald's situation.
Rodney King got
They on
paid
paid
off that
leave,
dude.
right?
Huh?
He
The-
took
what
that
happened
dude
here
and
in
got
Dayton?
that-
Oh, you talking about
With
just
the girl,
recently,
yeah,
with
with
the
the girl
shit
on,
in the head.
yeah. They on paid leave. They're not
What
fired.
about the people that killed
But they
Oscar
didn't kill
Grant?
her, though.
What about
I guess that's
Oscar
the
Grant?
difference.
What about the kid they killed, the little Tamir Rice? They
Yeah.
killed
What was he doing? He had a
Tamir
fake gun.
Rice was just a little kid
In
with John
Cleveland.
Crawford out here at
That was not the
Walmart.
police's fault. That was not the police's fault. That John Crawford shit was not the police's fault. That was that. They should have charged the person that called in.
And how they called it in,
That was
yeah.
not the police's fault. And John Crawford, rest in peace. You got to be smarter than
Yeah.
to be carrying a gun around. And then when the
Walking
cops
around.
come and try to say it's not real, come on, bro. The cops is not coming like that when they get a call.
A
All
call
these school shootings.
that you
and all
pointed.
that-
They said he was pointing at somebody.
He wasn't pointing. He was
But they
just
said
he
the
was-
call
he
said he
was trying
was.
to be funny,
Check the
man.
video.
I know.
He was trying to be
The
funny.
call said he's pointing, going around Walmart, pointing at
He was
people.
trying to be
So
funny.
you know how they come.
John
He
Crawford?
was trying to be funny. Yeah.
I don't think
yep,
so,
in that
bro.
call, they gonna say
Why
anything.
would
know
you
that.
Get
carry
them there
a gun
quick.
around?
So
Wait a minute. Let me explain
Go ahead.
this. Why would you be carrying? First of all, you're not purchasing this gun because you're not. I'm not gonna purchase nothing without a package. Number one, so you're not gonna buy this gun. Let's be honest. You're trying to be funny.
But bro, they didn't give him a chance to
He was on the
surrender
phone.
whatsoever.
No.
You
And
ever
he
walk through the
was.
store and just grab
Man,
shit, playing with it?
Listen, you're trying.
You ain't
to
never
be-
done that.
You're trying. I'm not walking around with no fake looking gun.
I agree.
Without
No,
a package
man.
on it. You're
No.
not buying this. So why are you?
Why are
doing
they
this?
selling
on the
it?
phone.
Why is it out? Why is it on
Because
display?
somebody-
for it. He
Why-
got it.
How do you know he wasn't buying it? How do you know
How
he
you
wasn't
know
going to walk in and cash out with the
Would you?
gun?
No. Okay. Would you buy something that's not in the package?
But
Yes or
that's
no?
you though.
Yes or no, Peanut?
No.
Would you?
Nah.
Would you? No. You're gonna buy a brand new. You're gonna get a new one.
But bro, how do you know he wasn't walking around, talking on the phone, examining it, doing
He was
whatever the
doing
fuck
that.
it was he was doing?
That's what he was
Preoccupied. He didn't know that the police was gonna come in and kill him for
Oh
it.
yeah. Wait. I agree with that. I will buy the display that's not in the box with the last one left. I will.
And wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute now. Hell no.
And I got the
The
video pressed up
police
to me.
did not give him a fair chance
Agree.
Nah,
to
they
put the
didn't.
gun down. They came
because
in
of
and
the
just
calls,
popped him, bro.
Man, you
Like,
Hell,
how do you
because
not-
of the call they
Man,
got.
the
call
call
said
already
he
set
was
up.
pointing at
that he's
people.
pointing at people.
So they
with
not
real
coming
guns.
in nice.
They're not coming in. They're gonna give you drop the gun. He's trying to explain it. It's not real. The cops ain't got nothing to do with that, man. It's
Man,
the
they
caller.
do got something to do with it though.
How? It's not a deterrent.
They got something to
They're
do
not
with it, bro.
trained
They
to-
shot this man,
First of
bro.
all, they're not trained to say if this is a fake gun versus a real gun. If they get a call saying
look real.
that a caller's lying on you and saying it's a gun, they coming up pulling up with them sticks.
Man,
Period.
hey, well,
You see how
well,
they came in the door?
It should be though. I mean, because Ohio's an open carry state, so I should be.
It wasn't then though.
It wasn't.
It
then.
wasn't
It wasn't.
then.
Number
back
one,
then.
it wasn't then.
When John Crawford.
And then
It wasn't.
I don't know.
You cannot. They have a sign.
you
They have a
could
sign saying,
have your
You can't come in here with
CCWs.
no weapons.
Yeah, he
Maybe
could
now.
have.
You could have,
course.
nah, hell
He
no,
could have had
bro.
a CCW's, Chill.
Some of that
But they
had
didn't.
to do with.
signs saying
But
no
like
weapons,
Chill
man.
said, the call.
Hey,
You see how the cops
bro,
went
big
in,
bro.
Chill? Look.
Hey, if he was white, I ain't gonna even lie.
It might have
He
happened
wouldn't have
the
got
same
killed,
way.
bro.
Man, I don't know.
Tim, the call.
Hell
You
no.
see how the cops went in because
No
of the
way,
call?
White
man.
people are more likely to do open shootings like that. I don't know.
But where's the result? Where's them getting killed though?
Which one? What was the situation? Did they have a
In
chance
South
to kill him?
Carolina.
Why they ain't kill him?
I don't know the situation. Tell
They
me the
bought him a
Grammy Award, man.
cheeseburger. He went into church and killed all them black
situation.
people,
Did
and
they
they
have a
took him to
chance
Burger
to
King.
shoot him?
Hell yeah!
I thought he put his weapon down.
It's right here.
I thought
What, big bro, what about the case that you
I
was
said grab
following
one.
where
one
dude
right
walked
there.
with his gun, surrendering, and the police drove by him after he had just killed the people in that riot?
No, the police thought he was part of the people protecting the properties, which he was. Rittenhouse.
I understand.
they didn't know-
but why did they not shoot him though?
Because he was not, it was no threat posed to him. They didn't know that a shooting just happened.
Nah, bro, he
Somebody
don't
got shot.
Okay.
They didn't know that.
They gonna
I'm
drink
getting
The
brew.
covered.
Walmart
I would've brought him up, but I
situation,
know
they
they
was
drink
on call for a possible terrorist act.
So who's supposed to pay for this man
The
getting killed,
dude
bro?
that fucking called
Did
should be
they?
in jail for the rest
Did
of
they?
his life.
Did they? Did the woman that called the police? Did they? Did
No,
she
it was
pay?
A man.
A man.
It was a man.
A man
Yeah,
called
John
John
Crawford.
Crawford.
It was a
He
man.
said it was a guy in Walmart walking around pointing a gun.
I
at
got skin in
people.
the game, bro. I got skin in the game. So, 2 people died that night, right?
Yeah.
John Crawford
And the lady had a heart attack.
and the lady
Yep.
who died
Yep.
was one of the mechanics.
People.
He was engaged to her. That person who called there was culpable for 2 deaths that night.
Two.
Should have been.
He should have been
Charged.
under the jail,
Charged.
man.
Okay, all right, but did he?
No. Fuck
That
no.
was fucked
So
up.
where we at?
Where you at,
Where we
Joe?
at is they did held him liable for those 2 bodies for insinuating a riot, man. They didn't charge him with shit, bro. I was pissed off about that.
Now you got that video prepped up?
Let me go to you.
That was
So
fucked
we
up.
about to watch Black Lives Matter co-founder's cousin, Keenan Anderson, dies after being tased by the police.
He had a bad heart.
Had to have
Nah.
Let me see.
Unless they just overdid it.
But watch it right now behind you. Here we go, y'all.
Oh yeah, he's guilty.
He's running across.
Viewer discretion is advised. You about to watch a murder.
He already ran it. He like, all right. But he keeping going.
Come on, bro. He being fidgety.
pause,
Pause.
He on drugs. He on
Pause.
some.
Pause.
Let's pause this real
Bro,
quick.
it just happened last week.
I got one question before we go
Last week.
He
forward.
being fidgety.
I got one question.
He on something.
So what's the call? What is he called out
What
for?
was the
He
call?
was jaywalking right there.
No.
No,
That
when they
can't be.
pulled
What-
up,
what's
when
the-
they
they
pulled-
must
what
be
did
looking
they-
for this guy for something.
I think they was just going down the street and he was
Yeah,
jaywalking.
jaywalking.
So
Look,
they was
okay.
trying to-
look. Yeah, look.
Yep.
He jaywalk. Look.
Okay, start it over so I can hear.
He said somebody trying to kill me. He's saying somebody trying to kill me.
Behind my back. Put my hands up.
He know he about to die.
Get down on the ground.
He said get against the
His
wall.
hands behind his back. He keep getting up though.
Wait. Pause.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Pause it. No, he told him get against the wall. Sit down. Stand up.
Because he's trying to find out. He's okay. At this point, he's gonna do.
You
this
gave me
citation.
3 instructions in that point.
Right.
Get against the wall. Sit down. Stand up.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on, let's go.
Okay.
I'll get you some water here in a second, okay? Please, just have a seat up.
Yeah, he being fidgety.
Okay.
Have a seat against the wall.
He looks nervous.
Wall here.
Look, man, he's not
He
listening.
looks like he's about to run.
He ain't
though.
listening, and he look like he
not
about to
listening.
run. He said somebody trying to kill him, but
But the cops are there.
the
Nobody's
cops
gonna
there,
kill
yeah,
you,
they ain't about to
motherfucker.
do nothing. Uh-oh.
Oh man, oh no.
He's
that's
trying to
what-
run,
That's
man.
what they like. He got
He's
dope
a
on
running.
him.
He's a check star.
I'm out of here.
Nah.
Now they
So
like.
now he's ran. So he's got what's coming to him. Okay, get back there.
Damn.
Wait a minute.
What he run
He's
for?
back down. He's back
Oh
down.
man, wait, this nigga wow.
He's sitting down. Wait a minute. Now
In
he's down.
traffic.
Please don't do this, sir. Please. Help me, please. Help me, please.
Okay, they got him. They
You
can't-
should,
He's wait a minute.
You still don't
if
kill
somebody trying to kill you,
Wait
you
a
should be
minute,
ready to
Wait
go.
a minute.
Keenan, relax.
Okay, at this point, I'm
Pause it. How does he know this nigga name?
Nice.
Because they might be
Said
looking
Keenan
for him.
when he came up.
They might be
Probably
looking for
told
him.
him.
Now pause it right here. Pause it. Now, regardless, we would all agree that he's resisting arrest, right? So a taser is the next point of non-lethal force. Is just a taser because it's 3 cops. Niggas is strong as fuck, bro. I done fought 4 cops at a time. They couldn't get me fucking down, bro. And they had to tase me. That shit wasn't even working on me. I was at the
Yeah, I got
Waffle
tased
House.
one
Did
thing.
you hear that? You wasn't in here.
I got tased once.
Then they
I
burned
got
me
tased
up
once.
there with the tasers.
Look,
That shit wasn't.
and certain niggas that can't feel tasers. I got tased once. I ain't feel that shit at all.
I didn't feel that shit at all, man.
I went to the ER and I had a prong on me this big.
Oh, this one.
From when I got tased, didn't
Okay,
feel it
keep
at all.
going.
Back though.
And that's what they was doing me at the Waffle House. And I ain't not the Waffle House, Denny's. That racist ass place.
You believe in racism?
I'm gonna take you. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Turn over. Turn over. I'm gonna take you.
He
How you gonna
tweaking.
turn over though?
Bro, he tweaking though.
There's knee on his neck.
Uh-oh.
I can't see. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what that is. You know about
that's his
forearm.
Elbow on the neck.
Asking him to turn over, but holding
How you
down
gonna
at
turn
the
over
same
when
time.
dude hold me?
Hold on.
Watch your elbow.
Watch your elbow, partner.
It's trying to George Floyd me. It's a-
They trying to George Floyd me.
Oh, come on, man, with that bullshit, bro. Just get over it, man. Turn your body over.
Yeah, he ain't
Stop.
listening.
He ain't listening, man. He
Uh-oh.
on something.
trying to kill me. Stop it.
The cop told him stop
That
it.
was it.
Because they shocked him for longer
They
than
wasn't gonna
that.
show it all.
Until he went to cardiac arrest. and
It's
he
gotta be
died.
another video.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me say this. The
Uh-oh.
point is this.
If he
guys. This guy, he knew that he was about to die, and he had this whole mind frame of he knew his time was up, and he just didn't know how it was gonna happen,
Yep.
but he was sure that it was about to happen.
I agree.
And all of these different entities are coming to, because he said somebody's trying to kill me before
Dude,
they
you should be
even
happy the
got there.
cops there. You should be willing to go in.
Yeah,
you
but he
know,
was
like,
having
let
a
me get away from these
psychotic.
niggas.
He was having a psychotic breakdown
Yeah.
right there because he was downloading. It was over.
He knew
for
he was
him.
about to die.
George Floyd knew that he was about to die.
Mama,
Man, George
He said
Floyd,
his mama was dead.
before it even happened, he was so afraid because the moment of truth had confronted him that he was about to die. And George Floyd was sure to die. He didn't have to die. He could have just got in that car
Yep.
and been done with it. But he
A car wreck
crawled
would've happened. They would've
out
hit a
the
train or
back.
something.
He made them, and I ain't saying this in a like certain type of way.
Yeah, we know your
But
heart.
all of his actions made them kill him that day. Like it's hard for me to say it how I really mean to say it, but like George Floyd crawled out the other side of that police car and would not stop until the guy had to like
Press down.
kill him.
Have you
Now,
ever
dude
had?
was wrong for doing it, but I'm just saying like the death was imminent. The death was there.
Have
The
y'all
death
ever
was
had
bound to
deja
happen,
vu?
And it happened. Yeah.
So do you think when your time is to come, you gonna have deja vu of your death?
Man, probably. He did.
Oh wait.
He did.
Oh
He knew that.
wait. All right. We got a guy right here who had proclaimed to have seen, looked death in the eye, smelled the breath of death, and said, "Not today."
These
Man.
dimensions that we live in are just, man, not real. You can go from dimension to dimension, and sometimes you live in another dimension and you forget about the dimension, but it seems like you're going on with your life. But your people in this other dimension, they forget about you because you're dead in this dimension, but
Yeah.
you're still living. So these dimensions, so if you shake up out of that shit and not go in this dimension, you're gonna be right here in the same dimension.
So-
Basically, you're unaware that you're dead.
unaware-
You're
you're
unaware that
unaware
you're
'cause
dead
it's all
in the old
consciousness,
dimension.
man.
So wait.
You've already
all
shifted.
consciousness.
So wait. 'cause-
It's consciousness.
It's
speaking.
consciousness.
And we
man.
coexist
Yeah,
in the multiverse
yeah.
in
cannot
so many
wait.
different
It's like
ways.
a, it's like a
I
big
cannot wait.
ass pool
So-
of linked up people, man.
So wait, are you ready for the Ace of Spades? Are you ready for the Ace of
Yeah,
Spades?
come on.
You ready for the Ace of Spades? So y'all said slavery ain't a choice, but y'all think death is?
Death was what?
Death is a choice?
Nah, it ain't no choice.
You said that you can shake yourself out of death.
What we think
ain't a
is that this
choice.
avatar that we're living, you never die because your consciousness never.
And you coexist in
Energy just
multiverses
transfers,
all at
man.
the same time.
You
B.
know, energy. Where's energy going? You know, it just
Never.
transfers.
Yeah, never.
Adam.
Never.
And I
Man,
believe
you-
that
you
your consciousness is
coexist.
your energy, man. Your
You
life.
like all of us, man. We are all actual brothers, man. In another
Agree.
parallel.
Agree. I know that for
we got
Fendi.
multiple parallels happening right now, and then you may be able to transfer your consciousnness to another parallel.
Yep.
Like, and then
So we
but
could
you
be in
think that-
Peanut Kings in another world.
Yeah, we definitely can, but
I sell
t-shirt,
peanuts all day.
Right, though.
That is what I'm saying.
but t-shirt kings exist in multiple parallel existences
called
as to
alternate
white right now.
universe.
Damn, bro, I gotta build more shit. Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like,
I gotta build more shit.
but
Like,
you already
doubles,
have.
triples in other universes that are living lives.
You already have. Like,
Right.
and we're doing like
that movie,
one
Jet
cool
Li,
thing
the
that me and Chill B used to say was like, man, when you come to the mirror
Jet Li,
and you
I
look
heard
at yourself,
from another universe came to kill him.
yeah.
Oh, I ain't
Yeah.
watched that. I ain't never seen that.
But
Oh,
when you
damn, I gotta
like,
watch that.
when
That's
you
hard.
come and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're actually looking at yourself in another parallel. And then when you walk away, they go and live their life. You go and live your life. But every time you come to this mirror, you're looking at a for real another existence of yourself.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a theory.
Oh, nigga said like
but-
shit was a Fendi fact.
Well,
I'm in here
well,
like,
this is the
I
thing.
I've seen videos of people looking in the mirror and shit, but they mannerisms don't match up.
Yeah.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like,
shit.
Nah, for sure.
Well, then again, we don't truly know because we're only seeing ourselves in this dimension. Like y'all may see a different version. I see it myself.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Y'all definitely do because y'all see a 3D version of myself. I see a flat screen of myself.
Well, people know what you look like much better than you do.
That's a fact. You ever had somebody say like you look like somebody they show you and you don't look nothing like that nigga?
Yeah. Yeah, and like me and you could be looking at the same exact object, but to you it looks one way, to me it looks another way.
Yep.
But we never discuss the details of the object because we both assume we're seeing the same thing.
Exactly.
For the sake,
guy
That's why I
died.
used to always have problems growing up when I used to draw shit, and I look at something like we look at this beer can and I'll draw it, and then somebody else draw it, and it don't look the
Perspective.
same, and I'll be like,
Right.
fuck, we both looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And mine's come out like this, and yours
Yours
come
come
out
out.
looking crazy. How in the fucking world is that even possible? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So this guy died.
yeah.
Yeah.
He died.
He
Yeah.
died,
So
bro.
what was the autopsy? Well, what did he die from?
Can you
Cardiac
scroll down and I'll
arrest.
read it? I
I want to see what he
scroll
died
down
from.
and then
On the
no.
letters. Go up to the letters.
Hip show more. It's to the opposite side. No. Down. To the right.
Right there.
A little lower. Boom.
Right there.
Up. Hit
Here.
it. Hit that. Yeah. So we say
19.
a cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrice Colora died after being tased repeatedly by officers. He was trying to
We only
flee.
seen 2 minutes. It was a 19-minute
Bruh.
video.
And
You know what this is? This is a blood sacrifice. The cousin of Black Lives Matter probably
So-
had her cousin who was basically somebody who probably had mental illness sacrifice in order to make them become more relevant and sympathetic of what they got going on, because they got a lot of fucked up shit that's barely
Like
Is that
making it.
they was telling them 3,
I'm
4
coming with
things
some
at
real
once.
conspiracy shit, but bro, I think
Right, I
like
don't know
that's
about
some
that.
deep shit right there.
like bruh, like for real, Black Lives Matter, they under so much scrutiny
Yeah,
and
they
investigation as to why
money,
they
man,
even
the money.
exist. Why they even exist. Like bro, like they just
Nobody, they got that money.
That's what man, my son and all
Wait,
that. Man,
you
y'all
own the
taking all this
song.
money.
It is. And it's crazy because I've been.
You own the-
They are. They taking all this money.
because they want me to design their shirts.
Oh wow.
And I've like the whole time they've been trying to do contracts and shit with me and like at least some of my artwork and stuff. And I've been sitting here like I don't know.
I do that
if
shit.
I
Fuck it.
you know what I'm saying?
Get that bag, man.
Why they ain't giving no money to none
I'm
of the
like, how y'all want
family?
this shit?
What did they, how about
yeah, get it.
get that bag? He said get that bag.
I mean, you don't got nothing to do. You don't
Why they
got. I
not
mean,
giving the family
bro,
none of
like
the money
honestly,
they're
you don't
getting?
investigate
BLM.
anybody else that you do work for. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, man. Some of these
Damn.
people that you doing work for might be even worse than them.
Damn.
But
Just do
you
your
know,
work.
so if they trying to come and they trying to spend some cheddar with
Get
you,
that money.
you do the best job that you
can.
can for them, man,
With
out
the
of
best
respect for that
intentions.
person. But you can't trace
shit
what
don't
the fuck
follow
they
you.
do.
Damn,
Hell
bro, that's some
no.
real shit.
Nah, you right.
That's real.
That's some real
That's
shit.
real because you know, like it's possible that they can do some good. Like all of us is living in this dual situation. Like, bro, I ain't all good. I ain't all bad either.
Mm-hmm.
The striving is to be as righteous as you can, but you never know. But with Black Lives Matter, they got this woke shit happening, man. And they was like what was going on in Atlanta the other day? You know, they was exploding shit down there. It's Antifa Black Lives Matter, and
What?
they blew up a building.
Nah, I
not
put a
not
song.
a building, but blew some shit up in Atlanta the other day.
Put a song. Is the way you can pull it up real quick?
But they were saying that the people who
Oh, y'all see this nut ass nigga right here? Bruh.
Him?
Yeah, bruh. This nigga, bruh. He a
That's
nut
what
ass
it is.
nigga, bruh.
Wait a
He
minute.
murdered his
You gotta
wife.
comment.
And then literally, bruh, like, he went to
We
court.
got to comment on the
Wait a minute,
subject
wait a
we
minute.
on.
Oh, yeah,
before we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
Jessica-
because this is nut ass nigga right here. He
Jessica knows some shit. She says mirrors are
Mirrors we
portals.
was talking about.
You can astral project through them to someone else's house in your sleep. So that theory makes sense. Yes, Jessica, I once astral projected to try to prove that you can actually astral project and leave your body and go. I went to my mom's house,
In the
man.
mirror?
Yeah, I went to my mom's house while I astral projected, man, and seeing my mom sleeping and all that shit when you astral project, because your
Jessica is making this comment, or are you telling us?
Jessica
no,
Roberts,
Jessica
yeah.
Roberts just made this comment, and you actually leave your body, your soul, your energy leaves that avatar right there.
But ain't it rules though? You can never go to the White House.
No. The way it works. Listen,
No,
the
we
way
talking
the,
about
the
No,
way.
no.
Listen.
I heard this before.
No, it's not rules. The
Portals
way
of a mirror?
if you know how to navigate there and use your mind, you're usually gonna go to places that you know. So,
So, boy.
but it has the astral plane has an astral wind that pulls you because the astral plane is really for when your
Fast
avatar-
travel.
It's not fast travel. When you supposedly die, it takes you to the place you're supposed to go to. Your soul might need medical work. It might need something.
Yeah.
But it constantly
There's a hospital for.
it's hospitals. It
Yeah.
pulls you. So if you don't know how to deal with that astral wind, you're never going to get to where you're going anyway. So it's very hard to navigate, and it takes lots of experience to do that. So my mom's house is right around the corner. I used to look at downtown Dayton over. It's very beautiful. Like the colors is crazy.
So I got a question for you then in that aspect, because you said that like y'all don't believe in untimely deaths.
Untimely. I think everything.
Untimely?
So wait. What if on that same notion you astral project but you don't come back because you done got too far out of the pale?
You're what they call it's a cord, like an umbilical cord.
Yeah.
That you're attached to. And this is how my dude E died, because this is how a lot of people died from COVID.
COVID, yeah.
They didn't die from COVID because of the COVID disease. When they gave you all the medications and put you on that
Ventilator.
that made you feel so good because you're in a near-death experience.
Yeah.
So
Your
when
pineal
you're
gland
when you're
open all
in
the way
that
up.
near-death experience, you like, damn, it's nice as hell over here.
You get enamored.
So you let yourself go over there without fighting that motion. So you're going.
You get enamored by the vision of heaven.
You're going. Who wouldn't want to go over there? It's beautiful. So
It definitely
it's
is.
beautiful. So who wouldn't want to go over there?
For sure.
So that's
But I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this nut ass nigga right here, bruh. Yeah, him, bruh. He literally killed his wife, and he was in court, and they literally read. So wait. Hey, pause real quick. So look.
Bro, he look bad.
I'm gonna set the backdrop. I'm gonna set the backdrop. This nigga killed his wife, cut her up, and took her to multiple places and dropped her off. But this stupid ass nigga used his son's iPad to Google some of the dumbest things you should ever do as a criminal.
Oh, to hide the bodies and all this shit. Yeah.
So-
they found the
so-
kid's iPad and he had all this
So
search stuff on there.
so during the court proceeding, I'm gonna see you this video. It's the funniest shit you ever gonna see in your life, because he thought he got away with it, but he didn't get away with it, right? This nigga literally was sitting there in court. Now, you know that at a bond hearing, you can't object to whatever the prosecutor is saying, right? So the prosecutor can lay out everything. She flipping pages of stupid shit the nigga done said. I'm about to send you this video. It is the funniest shit ever. Cause listen, the cameraman need an Oscar. Cause when they start saying the shit he was Googling, she zoomed in on the nigga's face. He was there like, he knew he want to go home, bro. Give me fucking 2 minutes, bro. How do y'all feel about people that are potentially this venomous of killing their wives and trying to get away with it? How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, these type of people be having what they call jinns in them, man, which we equate to demons, man. They be having attachments to them, man, that tell them to go do this shit, man. So people like this believe in a certain type of spiritism. That's why my mom and dad kept me not. He said, man, once you believe something, it becomes reality, man.
Man.
So what you believe in dictates what you really believe in,
that
man.
is-
It
that
becomes
is real
reality.
shit,
So if you believe in some of this sadistic shit, man, then you can become this person, man.
What about you, Pharaoh?
That's a lot of motherfuckers that's just lost vessels. It's just one.
Lost vessels, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shells, lost vessels, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's a good analogy of the lost vessels, man. And then they become attached because that's what they look for is lost vessels. When I know I'm not religious, but they tell you to
Wait
put
till you
your
hear this shit.
armor on. That shit is true. That shit is real because when you don't have your armor on,
Yeah. You a lost
you
soul.
you a lost vessel. And
Like the motherfucker who what it was in Miami with a little bridge eating the motherfucker's face.
All right.
entities attached to you, man.
Yo, this right here, the video I'm talking about right here, y'all. Please, y'all. This is my favorite video of all time. Turn it up, Ahava.
Here's a court to face murder.
Staying in her house in Manhattan.
Here we go.
And we had 3 kids. On January 4th of 2000.
He can listen to weak information. He know he going home. Watch. No, in his head, he know he going home with his weak ass information he talking about.
She did report to work on January 4th, but did not appear. She had a flight on January 3rd from Logan.
This is his pioneering.
Yes.
The Manhattan police went to their house at
This nigga about to be cooked.
Cushing Highway for a well-being check. It was only at this time when they met with the defendant that he first reported his wife missing. Defendant stated his wife.
Yeah, because he like, bro, I'm about to go home. That's all y'all got?
New Year's Day. He stated she took an Uber or a Lyft to the airport.
Now I'm gonna ask you after this. How would you defend him as his attorney?
Records were checked and there were no Uber or Lyft to that house on January 1st.
All right.
Did they find any physical evidence?
They flipping pages on this nigga. What? Wait, look.
Asked the police were granted permission to ping on his phone to locate her or her phone.
Okay, so they can locate her or the phone.
In the area of the Cohasset house on New Year's Eve until 3:14 a.m. on January 2nd. There were no outgoing calls made at that time.
No outgoing calls from her phone.
a.m. on the 2nd was turned off. Defendant stated Anna should have been wearing a dress, a black jacket, hunter boots, watch, ring,
Fast forward,
and carrying a cloud of purse. Defendant gave it
How about
to
that?
6 or
Is it about to start happening?
a.m.
A little bit further.
He searched how long before
Back a little bit. Look.
The cameraman is zooming in. The cameraman is zooming in on his eyes.
All right. I take it back to this, like 1 second back. Yeah, right there.
on January 1st, defendant
Google.
using his son's iPad. Some of his searches are as follows. Keep in mind that
He know he
defendant said he left at 6 a.m. At 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, he searched how long before a body starts to smell. At 4:58 a.m.
He don't know they got this already.
Body.
He don't know they got
Google
it.
all
Nah,
that.
5:20 a.m. he searched how we found a body. At 5:47 a.m.
Hey man, that ain't about. I don't know why iPad got hacked, bro.
At 6:25 a.m. on
Listen to the time frame.
how long for someone to be missing to inherit. At 6:34 a.m. can it go over body parts? At 9:29 a.m.
My favorite point.
what's formaldehyde do?
What if formaldehyde do?
9:34 a.m. one first, how long does DNA
That
last?
smell up.
At 9:59 a.m. can identification be made on partial remains? At 11:34 a.m.
After the writing
Process.
process.
And the best ways to dispose
Wow.
of the body. At 11:44.
Where's his lawyer at, Peter?
at 11:44
He said he need Michael Wright.
Shout out to Michael Wright.
Shout out to Michael Wright. He need Michael Wright.
1:21 p.m. Federal folk crime scene closed away or washed them. Those were on the January 1st. There was also information gained from the
Law and Crime is a great website.
I'm telling
I mean,
you.
a good YouTube
All right.
channel.
right, we cut it. So wait. So what would you do if you were his lawyer?
So let me ask you a
going
question.
on.
So they only got the iPad. Do they have any physical evidence of the lady's body?
So if you listen further on in the video,
Yeah.
they observed him and they used his phone. He didn't even leave his phone at home.
And everything.
They pinging you.
They pinged him to different locations and found pieces of her body in trash cans.
Oh, man, he should have pleaded insanity.
Yeah, that's
That's the only defense.
But look, if you listen to the time frame from like how long does insanity set in? For him Googling from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m.
He's not gonna get insanity because they're gonna say
once you
you were
start
very.
mentioning
Once
that
you made a
you
conscious
do,
effort.
premeditated.
Right.
What would you do? If
I would
you-
tell him to say, "Listen, man, tell. We gonna tell him God told you to do this. This is what you was told by God. Something inside told you to do it. And when you go take the test, which is the insanity test by the psychologist, this is what you have to say. Now, depending on what statement he already said is critical. If he gave a statement like avoiding this shit, you're not insane. You have to say this shit out front when the detective's first question. Like, yeah, of course I did it. Of course I did it. God told me to do it. And then they're gonna send you to a psychologist, and you want to show them
Stay
that
there.
this is the right.
Stay there.
This is the right thing.
I had to do
I
it.
had to do it. I'm telling you, these people are telling me. Matter of fact, I got another message. He's telling me to kill you right now. you got to stay with it. You got to beat that psych test, man. But if you avoid it and then you get in caught, you're not insane.
That's the only
What would you do?
That's the only
that's the
way.
only way. Cause
Yeah.
it's like, bro, you cook if you don't
cook.
if you don't plead insanity, bro.
No,
And insanity don't work.
I got one better.
Go ahead.
Movie produced by M. Night Shyamalan. It was my son that killed her. It's not my tablet.
I mean, how old is this?
I
son?
think the son's a kid, like 6 years old. The kid is a kid, like 6
Yeah,
years old.
that little nigga Chucky. You ever seen the movie?
Nah.
It's only
The
a
kid is like young, bro.
Hey, I just watched Megan yesterday. It could have been a robot.
It could have been a robot.
It was a
Yeah.
robot.
What would you do, Ahava, if you was his attorney, bro? Like you was on his side, bro. Like he paid you top dollar, bro.
Yeah. If I was his attorney, I would just have to say, like, yeah, I was crazy. He was crazy.
Man, you can't tell it, yo, that shit was crazy, dog. That shit was crazy.
Man, that's so fucked up, bro. Like, man, people need to learn to just get the fuck out, man.
Out fuck relationship.
Just break up, man.
So
Stolen from my father, named after my mother's murderer, bro. I
Damn.
lived through shit like that, bro.
damn, that's hard, for sure. So one thing that involves you, the art god, I'm so glad that like this all happened here, because he literally was about to go to prison anyway, right? He literally was losing his bad chick. Like his bad chick had already done bought another house somewhere else. She was working it.
Sugar daddy.
Nah, like he was on some international scam stuff. So he about to get arrested for fraud
Oh, he had a
because
bag. Okay, he was
yeah,
a scammer.
yeah, big boy scammer.
My man.
He actually took who does pop art? My dog who does pop art. Mainstream pop art. Warhol.
Okay.
He took Warhol paintings and made fake. He took fake ones and then sold them. Right. So now you really hate him now, right? He made fake Andy Warhol paintings and sold them on some scale. Look, I told you, look, I do this podcasting. How do you feel about that portion of people stealing artwork and then come to be a guy like this?
Man, I mean, shit, you're a fraud. Like, what do you mean? Like, that shit ain't gonna have no value for one. It's a lot of art gets stolen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you gotta have your shit off.
Well, Pharaoh, I got something for you. Okay. Now let me ask you this, because this is another level.
Oh, okay.
Now, isn't all paintings just a circle of value created by the people who
Appreciate it.
appreciate it? Like in a painting, to me, let's say I had a Mona Lisa or whatever is major. Like me even having something like that, I still wouldn't be able to sell it and get the correct value unless I was in the circle of people who valued it and would even buy it from me. Right? So, like, all right, let's say you got a fake
Andy Warhol.
isn't that just as valuable to somebody that he could sell it to if he wasn't really running in a circle who valued that real thing for real?
Because
Damn.
a lot of people don't know a fake when they see it. So I mean, you can get that off to
A novice.
$100,000, and they think it's a real Andy Warhol shit. But the people who know gonna know. They gonna check for the printing. Oh, damn, is it really embellished, or is this shit a canvas print, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
What?
And then at that level, you're buying the brand. You're not. The painting is worth 6 cents, maybe $1, $2, but you're buying the brand. That's what
You're buying the artist.
You're buying the artist,
Yeah.
which have branded themselves to a major level to be able to sell their paintings at that.
And
You're
it's a
buying the
way,
brand.
and paintings is also a way to launder.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's the main theme of
Yeah.
paintings, and able to put your money into something that's deemed valuable.
Just art in general,
Art
man.
in
I
general.
went to Art Basel a couple years ago. The motherfucker spent all them fucking bread on a banana duct tape to a wall and shit. And I'm just sitting here like they
what?
bought something else other than a banana
Right.
duct tape to a wall.
What about
Right.
that painting that exploded?
That exploded. You talking about that shredded? The
Yeah.
Banksy painting?
Banksy.
But like that's the thing with art though, like that shit made it more expensive because he destroyed it. Like it was literally sitting in a frame on the wall, and like they pressed the button, and that motherfucker slid down the frame into a shredder, and they just shredded that motherfucker. The price went up.
Wow.
Went up.
But that is what I'm saying. Like, man, it's just a clever way to just launder money and just put money into something that's valued. But it like
'Cause you
that's what the NFT shit. Like, that's why the NFT shit to me was so fugazi. Because like you need to find somebody who has the same value of you as an item in order for that value to basically transfer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I say this is worth 10 million, if it's worth 10 million to me, okay, that's worth 10 million to you. But unless someone else agrees, it's not worth 10
Yeah,
million.
that's what I always
So,
say. Though.
you know what I mean?
The people put the value on the art.
Yeah.
If I sit here and paint a picture and I'm like, oh, this is 10 bands, 20 bands. If somebody don't pay 10, 20 bands for that picture, is it worth 20 bands?
No.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
But that goes with everything too, though.
so I want to go back.
T-shirt kings. I can say this motherfucker worth 10 million. Okay? But until I sell it for 10 million, it's not worth anything. It's not worth more than somebody's willing to give me for it.
Right.
I think that's
No.
not just pigeonholed to those walks of life. I think everything in life is that, right? Like your own self-worth. Like I could say, you know what I'm saying, you can't go make $37 an hour based off you not having a qualification, even though you could do the damn job. But listen, let's take it back into art, right? Such as baseball cards, right? Baseball cards, right? Now I'll take it to the next step level of I buy NFTs, which are through NBA Top Shop, right? And the way that they rate something, the same way that they rate basketball cards, such as like a basketball card, if you have the first one of the first series, is worth more than the first one of the second series, and that multiplies based off how many are there. So based off of NFT, it's the same exact way of if I have the first series, the first one is worth more than the second one or the second one. But then again, it's all the same thing we all put in intrinsic value on, such as the housing market, right? If you look into housing, you'll say this house is going to sell for this amount because the last house sold for this amount and the last house sold that amount, right? But we can go further than that, right? The dollar ain't based off the gold standard no more.
No.
It's based off our U.S. government. It's based off of our military. We got the biggest military in the world. That's what it's worth off of.
It's based off of. It's really based off of the economy and how much shit cost. Like, how many dollars is it going to take in order to buy this painting?
Yes.
Pharaoh? Like, how many dollars is it going to take in order to buy this camera?
Yeah.
We set the value of the dollar based on the things that it's
Yes.
going to actually go out and purchase for us.
There we go.
If we don't think that this shit is worth that many dollars, then we're not going to buy it. And with the NFTs, you just need a buyer. The buyer confirms the value of whatever it is that's
Agreed.
being bought.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but the painting shit to me, I always was like, damn, you know what? In order for you to actually excel at that shit, you need to be in the circle of the people who appreciate it most.
And
And then
$100,000 paint.
but
there's no such thing. Well, there is because people say it is.
No, I'm saying
Right,
like
actual paint
I'm
that
talking
you
about
use.
actually the paint that you use.
There's no paint that you can use
So-
that costs so much. Like you can't
Oh,
go buy no
listen.
polo paint.
man,
I'm
y'all
buying
gonna love
polo.
this, y'all gonna love
This
this.
shit is painted with polo motherfucking paint. It's painted with Pharaoh paint, and now therefore.
So if you go down to the Gym City Market, right, they got fruit free for kids, right? You could take that fruit, set out in the corner as a bum, and say, "Hey, I got an apple for $0.25. Nobody in the world gonna buy it." You take it down to the farmer's market, you could probably sell that motherfucker for $2.
Yeah.
It's all about where you place your art, where you
Yeah.
place your
Yeah.
business.
And
For instance,
the circles you selling it in is what you saying.
yeah.
Right. Like, bruh.
One person's value
Like
is
your
different.
ability as an artist to actually look at something and then create it and manifest it into a drawing or a painting that's the talent. You know what I'm saying? But
The way he creates a
there's some
market.
people that might not even have the talent and the skill that you have in order to actually construct a painting. But them motherfuckers might have a name and just throw fucking
Oh my
buckets of
God.
paint
How
on
that
a
feel as an artist?
on a
I say that shit
motherfucking
all the
canvas,
time,
on a
bruh.
canvas, and now they shit is worth fucking 200,000.
And yours
And
is
here
worth
is this
$100.
masterpiece, a true masterpiece drawn by a true artist.
God. Yeah.
And man, we trying to fucking sell some shit for $40.
It's all about location, like you said, and the circles you trying to sell.
circles you trying to
Man, you have
The
to.
farmer's
People that
market.
do AI art that's making money, and it's like, bro,
That's why you
Oh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How'd you feel
Right.
about when that fucking, like, look, and I'm dead wrong for myself. No, I can't say I'm dead wrong because I own a piece of your art with my own fucking picture of it,
As
right?
a matter of fact, I want a Pharaoh art piece. Too.
Oh, shit.
I want a Pharaoh art piece, bro.
Art has no rules.
Yeah, bro.
Art
I'm
has
trying to
no
get me a
rules.
Pharaoh, bro.
What, you gonna get you one?
Man, by far.
Website, I got a
By
website.
far, hell yeah.
That's a flex, bro.
Yeah, I need that. I definitely need. I need a Pharaoh.
I got you.
Oh, that's hard.
I do.
That's
Man, I
hard.
got the profits on my. Man,
Oh, because you got some art out there.
Yeah, I do. But I got my real art piece, man. I bought.
a crib.
You know, I found Alfonso Boone. You don't know Boone? Oh well, long ago, man. When I had my store, one of these places, Alfonso Boone is an artist, bro, and he used to work at Soul for Life, which was a food place on Siebenthaler.
Okay.
Man, he's a fucking goat dog, man. This dude is a G, man. Well, he painted my picture of the prophets for me, bro. He used stain, and I always told him I was gonna go and sell this portrait for millions of dollars, but he painted me a big ass motherfucking painting, and I got the prophet Jeremiah on there. I got Yahushua, who is Christ. I got King Daviad, who is David. I got Solomon on there, and I got the prophet. I said Jeremiah. I got Moses.
Okay.
But he painted them, man, on like a Mount Rushmore. Moses
That's
for
hard.
me. Fishy. And now I done took all of those paintings and I took single pictures of them, and I'm gonna put them as t-shirts for my Ahava clothing line.
That's hard.
But it's really a cool painting. I done always kept that piece. But I need a Pharaoh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Or just no.
I need a Pharaoh.
What he said, bro?
I got you.
I need
Yeah,
a,
bro.
yeah,
Come on, bro.
yeah,
bro.
I
He said
need
yellow
that.
paint.
He killed
Huh?
the yellow
He said yellow
That's
paint.
dope, man.
Oh, he painted that?
Yeah.
I can't see it. Hold
Is
on.
that what is that? Oil?
That's acrylic.
Acrylic?
He painted mine with this wood stain, bro.
I'm
Shit,
trying to think if
fishy
you
as
saw-
fuck.
'cause I want to say you told me about that before.
Did I, bro? I probably did.
I'm trying to think
I
if you
talk
showed
shit
me.
about it all the time. I think it's so player.
Yeah, bro, that's yellow paint on there.
Man, that's so hard, bro.
Yeah, that's hard.
This is a true masterpiece.
Yeah.
This is
That
a
yellow
true
paint.
masterpiece, bro.
It is, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
I
This
didn't
ain't
even
no
meet him until after I did that picture.
right.
Dang.
See, you feel me? That's a true real ass masterpiece, man, that takes talent to do.
Golly,
Shit,
look
bruh.
just
Man,
like-
some of that shit
Look
you
just
can't even
like
dis-
him,
you
bruh.
don't even know what the fuck you looking at, man. It's just you can't decipher what it
And
is.
Did he see
and
this?
and
Yeah, he
Pete
got a picture next to it.
and Pete. It's
See,
worth
one of them
it's
NBA
worth
players
more
that
here than
takes to this,
anywhere else.
Especially the ones that got behind.
Like
what's
it's
the
worth
call?
more here than anywhere else, and that shows you how subjective art is, and that's why it's so powerful and impactful. Because you could take your dollar from here to Florida, it's still the same dollar. You take that painting from Florida to here, that shit change currency the moment you cross the
You
like.
damn near gotta go to another
Especially
dimension
in the
order
auction.
for your shit.
You
You gotta go to another motherfucking dimension, Pharaoh. And so after you pay
Portobello.
mine, beware of the person who buys your art.
Oh, for sure.
Because them motherfuckers like, oh, we gotta take Pharaoh out in
You
order
know?
for this bitch to goddamn it go to the million it's worth.
Okay.
The artist painting goes to the next level after they pass on though.
For sure.
Alright.
For
But-
sure.
for
That's
sure,
why
man.
I'm trying to bust my ass and make sure that shit happen while I'm here.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
So man, bro. So man, like, what's next for you, man? Like, you know what I'm saying, so we get up out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I gotta go
What
and
ain't next, man? I got shit next, man. I got poetry events coming up, man. I'm starting a kids program. I'm doing merch.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta revamp my gallery. And it's crazy because I've been there 3.5 years and I still ain't even had a grand opening yet, bro.
Damn.
That, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, we had so many parties there. I'm like, we ain't had no grand
I
opening.
still had a grand
Man,
opening.
Pharaoh, man, that's some talent, man. If I was you, if I was an artist like you, what I would do is these NBA players, man, they be wanting to spend money on art. So if you get with, like, I would say ex-NBA players that's played and still got good connections in the NBA,
That
I would, I
Daquan.
would
Daquan Norris.
really
Will,
do-
we can
I
link
would-
you up.
Daquan and Norris.
We can link you with Daquan.
I would do a
Baker
dope
brought out
ass
players, too.
free shit for them.
Oh,
Shake and bake.
No
oh,
snot.
And
be
they will
popping.
pull you into that network
Yeah.
of art, man. Because they buy these houses, they want art. But they be wanting dope
Different
art.
art,
They
yeah.
don't want no fucking, you walk in this and this ain't dope art.
Yeah,
like
the
that
star
yellow
with the
paint,
moons
that
and
yellow
shit.
paint, he
That's
has
the
a
shit they
meaning.
want, yeah.
That has a
I've
meaning behind it.
seen my work before.
Yeah, bro, you got.
seen my work.
I would get somebody that's even more into that. You see, like they not
They not
NBA
artsy.
players, but they not really they're not really in the fraternity like they should be as NBA players. And I don't know why, but they're not in the fraternity. NBA players, but when you're an NBA player, you're supposed to be in that fraternity, man, of being able to go do anything
The
you want
Shaqs,
to.
the Charles
You
Barkley's.
show up on these TV shows as analysis, special guests.
Yeah.
And they just happy from just living, and that's cool. That's them. But you need to find somebody that's in that fraternity, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's gonna happen. I'll just be waiting my turn.
Waiting your turn.
Be waiting my turn.
But
man.
don't wait too
No,
long.
I'm not. I'm working. I'm
Exactly.
consistently working,
Yeah.
man. 'Cause
Consistency, baby.
Young
Come
Jug
on,
got
man.
my work. Young Jeezy got my work.
Uh-huh.
Little Meech got my work. Big Meech got my work.
Oh, it's
got my
coming.
work. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
coming.
They both got my work.
Art has no rules,
Marshawn
y'all.
Lattimore
Art
played
has
for the
no
Saints,
rules.
got my
Check
work.
him
You know what
out.
I'm saying? People
Yeah.
got my work.
They got your work.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't about to beg nobody to keep shopping. It's just
So now you need to get you an agent then. You need to get you an agent because when with them agents, they
a
knock,
broker.
they knock on them doors. You the artist, now you need an agent to okay, they got your work, but that agent is that salesperson that's gonna go sell your shit.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Nah, for sure.
Nah,
That's
for real.
Real shit.
That's real.
Oh man, bro, like man, this has been a legendary man. Look, it wasn't legendary to the art guy. The art guy walked in the building. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give me a piece of that
Nah,
shit.
man, that's love.
These egg prices go back down. I'm gonna get me a piece of artwork, man.
Man.
I'm over here starving on 604.
We outta
Got
here.
somebody
Yeah,
who
for
got
sure.
the